has stopped working.
Guys, by the way, my mouse is still functional. Just wanted to pause and make sure you're all aware. Well, we'll see if he gets it sorted out, but a likely death here, it looks like, for KeenRD. No TP, no real help in sight. So obviously the lane's not going particularly well for SG Esports to start things off. I guess the question is, what is sort of their long-term game plan with the draft here, as we will be unpausing momentarily, Kevin? And how do you see the lineup smashing up later on in the game?
I think SG basically needs to take their 4 heroes, the ones that don't need a ton of farm, and they need to roll around fighting a lot. Maybe Troll will spend a lot of time hitting jungle creeps, but Clockwork, Kunkka, and Disruptor certainly are going to be the pace setters this game, with occasional appearances by Troll, and maybe even sometimes Alk. He's getting killed in the mid lane, though.
Mid one, he really pushed it to the limit there. Almost went down, but even fighting in the acid spray, able to secure the kill. So did the math correctly as see Pavo up top, just duking out a little bit with Pylai Die, trying to eke out what farm he can, but HFN now going to go back to the jungle. KeenRD also getting a little stacking going, it looks like. So fairly passive laning stage here for SG Esports, not really showing many signs of early rotations, which when you see a Clock, a Kunkka early, you think like maybe these guys will be going for those early roaming ganks, but it doesn't seem like the lineup is going to allow them to do that, especially not with this start.
This is maybe a time to do it though. KeenRD could end up headed mid. 1x marks the spot and a Torrent follow-up and Acid Spray on top of that. They could right-click a lot of damage on Ember, but maybe poor man's shield will stop too much. It'd probably take 3 heroes, I'm guessing.
And Puppey kind of anticipating that gank already, just tucked in the trees right behind mid one, ready to reinforce should they actually go for that type of dive. So while it might look like a kill for SG Esports, could well be just giving something up as mid one dives deep in the mid lane. Appropriate. Now the torrent coming out from KeenRD, but with the Flame Guard active, mid one shrugs it off, and Puppey revealing his position will force them back. But SG Esports just getting crushed so far, as we see 20 and 6 for mid one already in the mid lane, off to an extremely start and applying a lot of pressure on the south.
Yeah, the Alchemist, they basically needed the Ember to be under tower with X marks the spot. That's pretty much the only way they get that kill, so just played the perfect limits here.
Pavo being pressured, we'll see Puppey moving towards him as the bounty runes do spawn, but uses the cogs to protect it and secures that rune, so getting that much needed bit of gold. Simultaneously, Kazu still taking to the jungle, so both offlaners playing a little more passively, trying to avoid those ganks and under some duress, but not dying, and obviously Darkseer going to have the much better time if it comes to a passive offlane with his ability to turbo farm.
And Clockwork is in no way going to kill MP, but maybe he could get lucky and grab Pylai Die here. Catapult does get spotted, he's got boots and a wind lace, so he's really fast actually, like 85 movement speed faster than the Warlock. That's a kill opportunity if he can get close.
That always hurts as an offlaner.
Yeah, trying to last hit with spells and missing it.
That catapult really wanted it, but will be denied. So the good news here is Adriano, though. He already is at 29 CS, having a pretty good time of it bottom, and does give them that push potential that could maybe free up the map for the rest of the team to catch up.
And Disruptor's getting pretty good levels as well. Faster 6 is really the important thing. Level 2 Glimpse would also help a lot, really help grab the Darkseer kill if needed. Troll certainly has the damage for that if he can get enough right clicks on, so Disruptor just got to get those kills.
Here comes mid one, already level 6. Out for blood, and he might find a tasty Alchemist takedown. Already dropping the ward, so Secret not just going for this kill, Kevin, but also setting up for the economic stranglehold after the kill, as HFN going to reveal his position. They snowball on forward, they commit onto him, catching it with the chains, even throwing out the shards, and Secret at a dance of fire and ice will melt the Alk down to smithereens. Puppey getting glimpsed back, but no real follow-up to this. They're not even going to be able to get the kill on the support, let alone mid one.
Or even the Sigil didn't even get last hitted there. That's a little tough for them. Alk does TP back in. It's just a very smart gank. Like they saw that Alk was kind of losing his lane, his HP was a little bit low, and in most cases Alk just sprints right to the jungle in those cases. But he's still sitting there. Spots it out with the tree break, but that's the benefit of Tusk.
SG Sports quickly finding themselves in a deep hole here. Already down 2,000 gold. Experience still fairly even, but when you're running the Alk and the lanes are going this poorly as far as farm goes, you'll need some catch-up time, something Secret seems loath to give them. As they already have the level 2 Ion Shell, level 3 not that far off, and you got to imagine once Kazu gets like to level 6 or 7 that they'll be looking for those Ember ganks, maybe with even the Juggernaut joining in.
Yeah, it's one of the scariest things to combo with an Ember Spear. It's kind of thinking like Mag, except you just kind of stand there and people die. So like doubles, triples, almost the value of Flame Guard. And look what mid one can do right now. He's just pressuring the support Kunkka. This is really bad for King RD.
But he's gonna ball forward, dodging away from the torrent. He does go under tower though. Remnant back again, but pays with his life. Definitely not worth. Though he gets the kill, is applying the pressure. HFN ends dominating streak, and with that also getting some much need free farm, but simultaneously in the bottom lane. Secret continuing to apply the pressure here. Cat gets the glitch back, then the 2-hero torrent comes in. RD back and looking to party. Kez and get out of here. Just looking at bash. One more auto attack is going to find the kill. Then the X back. SG Esports not done with Secret just yet, but meanwhile the Sigil is causing problems for Adriano. Has to be careful. Torrent coming out again. Puppy's going to dodge it. Mid one already back. Wants to join the fight. Low as well is Cat. Have to be careful not to feed it want too much. He is going to get the Adriano killing. Now Secret fishing for a bit more. Rocket coming in, marking the tombstone of his fallen comrade, but no sight of a rotation yet from that Clock, who is still not yet level 6.
Yeah, she's got some spunk so far. They're trying to take it to Secret, win the little engagements. I mean, first match they played in the group stage did take out OG, which was extremely surprising. They could always just do that again, right? Just same thing. Just win your trades, win your game. It's that simple, something like that.
It really does feel like the type of game where they have to be willing to take those risks, though. If you let Secret get their core items and then just run at you with the hand shell on the Ember Spirit, he's just going to rack up kills. Their catch is a little bit limited here, Kevin. Until they get a Disruptor ult, there's not a whole lot of tools to shut this Ember
I kind of
down.
feel like it's the same thing on Secret, though. I mean, Ember Spirit can gap close, Syrian Chains is very effective, but past that, it's basically just Tusk's abilities, and most times he's burned those cooldowns at the start of the fight. So I do think that they can weave in and out of fights pretty well. It's just they can't lose their heroes right at the start of the fight. And I'm looking at Kunkka and Disruptor when I say that.
Here comes MP as mid one lunges into the fray. He finds the 2-hero change. The follow-up is there. Puppy on the hunt, finds the kill. Double snowball connect. They quickly cave in. 2 of SG Esports heroes at the tier 1. They did bring in the Jug for that fight as well, so
It's a great rotation.
Aggressive rotations by Secret, and quite early at that.
Yeah, it loses him a little bit of farm, but this tower's going to take way more damage as a result. They lose the clarity, though, so that means no healing for it, unless he pops the magic sticker. He'll commit it, but that means no more spells after that, so very likely it will be some tower damage, but not everything.
Rocket Flare coming in, just trying to slow down the push. It is the level 1 Rocket Flare, so going for the extra points in Battery Assault, more focused on potential hero kills as he heads towards the mid game.
He's got level 6 now, so he'll head there, looking for a kill setup probably on mid 1. He's got 1 Remnant, and if they've got Disruptor here with Glimpse, this could be a kill if he can land the hook shot.
Tavo looking for it. There is no dire vision of this rotation, but at the same time, the Clock also might... The absence of his hero top might be a giveaway as Kezu pushes out that lane. You can see there's an Observer Ward in the area. Now Tavo, I believe, might have poked his way into ward vision. Now is revealed, so
yeah.
not able to find kill just yet.
A little surprised he actually just killed a large camp instead of trying to attempt to kill another one. I mean, I guess going for Ember Spirit's very dangerous. It's very easy to mess up the kill, but I thought maybe with Glimpse they'd be able to get it. But I guess without Disruptor ulti as well, it's bringing death back to you sometimes. You got to be really careful they don't overestimate your kill ability.
And most of their damage is magic at this point, with Alchemist not being farmed at all, does not have the armlet yet, and obviously Troll unlikely to be tanking as he continues to farm the bottom lane. So might not be able to burst through that Flame Guard very quickly. Speaking of the Ember Spirit, mid 1 already BOT's complete. Only 10 minutes in.
He's matching an Alchemist in farm. Actually, he's winning. That's a dangerous sign. And instantly smokes again after showing for quite a while in the mid lane. He's gonna spot the Troll Warlord. Smoke's broken.
Liano in trouble here. Red forward, mid 1's going to catch him initially. Pretty tanky target to take down. They're going to drop the rock for this. Adriano running back to the tower as quick as can. They don't have the Kunkka boat yet, and Puppy's going to roll. It interrupts any sort of counterplay. Also setting up for the follow-up kill as Pylai Die caves his skull in, bashing him down with the Golem. And now quickly they transition into the tower push, while simultaneously mid trying to hold the mid lane. He gets the Remnant off, so though Cat will glimpse him back, he stays and holds it, ensuring that they will take it They will not even give up damage. And oh, by the way, MP also taking the tier 1 top during this time. So Secret, the full Nelson quickly being applied as they immediately start to choke out SG Esports.
This is insane. Mid skill usage is actually incredible. He never loses any efficiency. Always grabbing 2 heroes in searing range if they're available. Perfect Fire Remnant usage as well to get kills, to even dodge the axe spin. I mean, this is like, is he not the highest MMR player in the world right now? He's 9.5k, I believe. It's insane. He's playing so well.
As he continues to apply the pressure here. Hook shot from Tavo, not going to connect. He gets glimpsed back into the Static Storm, but just remnants out Zippity Dude, and away he goes. He even wants to chase. SG committed a lot with that Static Storm down. That is the majority of their team fight. There's no Kunkka boat yet. HFN might pay the piper for this. Eats the Omni Slash. Does have the armlet available, but not even going to get it off as he ends up dropping quickly. Secret on the punish and taking team fights without the rock. Just showing how confident they are in their position this game. But yeah, back to your point about mid one. I remember when he really started to take off, the one thing Winter mentioned about him is that he's a bit of a hothead, at least when he was starting out. So extremely talented, sometimes would lose his cool, but he's kind of grown into a much more like disciplined mid player we've seen. Still not afraid to go for those big plays, but he's tempered that aggression and taking smarter fights. And we can see just continues to combo with Puppy here. Looking for follow-up kills, now diving cat into the base. Secret looking for the quick and decisive GG. Punishment continues for SG Esports. They get battered inside their own base. And comes the out. He tries to turn the fight. If Secret went a bit too far, no, it seems they stand their ground. Mid1 gets another kill. He wants to come back in. The cops are there though, and Tavo is cleaning up. They'll find 2. Somewhat equalizing, but still not dealing with this Ember.
And just as you talk about patience, Secret does some really aggressive moves underneath the tier 3s.
But mid1 didn't die.
That's true, and Puppy's going to go down as well here. Finally, the X marks the spot, paying off big time. Kunkka getting 6 from that one. And the net worths are looking a lot better now after that little bit of skirmishing. It looked like Secret was about to just open the game up and close it out at 13 minutes. But
maybe a little handicap gifted here to SG Esports.
Yeah, like, well, we need to get some more fantasy points for our fans, so we'll play a little throwy here.
A little throwy, but mid1 just constantly applying that pressure. Not afraid of really getting picked off. The Static Storm is up now. It's level 3 Glimpse, so he's got to be cautious about the Disruptor.
Yeah, that's certainly the part he has to worry about the most. Especially if there's enough damage to back it up, like Clock, for example, in melee range. Using Battery Assault under Static Storm, that could certainly be a kill.
So where do you go now off your SG Esports? They are going to smoke, so it looks like they want to find some kills.
If you're losing, the best thing to do is get kills off. And if you have your teamfight ultimates, go for the high network guys.
They are going to find mid1 right as he ganks Adriano. Can they turn the fight? The boat gets revealed. In comes the snowball. Static Storm's there. Locking Ember Spirit in position. They're going to kill off mid1. That's a mega kill streak down, but do they have the follow-up? Out comes the Walrus Punch. Now the engage. Good golem deployed by Pilot Dia as they look to turn the tide. Sked also there with the wall, forcing them back, rolling over. They still get the advantage as far as kills, but getting that Ember kill, a pretty juicy takedown that SG Esports should have some consolation about. And in fact, the gold overall swinging their way over the last minute or 2.
Yeah, the comeback gold really paying off there. And all that gold did go to Troll Warlord as well. He was the one that was able to secure the kill. I don't think Iyasha is going to make a massive difference here in his ability to teamfight well, but it will accelerate his farm at least. And to get him around to escape games, things like that.
It seems like for Secret, the game plan is really let's get these towers down and just starve the Alchemist out as much as possible. We saw the aggressive wards earlier, the tier 1 mid has fallen, tier 1 top down, and they're just kind of taking over the Radiant side of the map, Kevin. No signs of letting up.
Their wards are really good for that too. Basically controls everything near the secret shop, which is a common place for Alts to sit around and hang out. Very protected from the shrines and things like that, whereas the rest of his jungle is a little harder for him to get into. Not as much ward vision, stuff like that. So,
and on the flip side, like look at the SG Esports vision. They are playing truly in the dark here. They see almost nothing aside from that one observer ward down near the bottom rune. But they blew their scan earlier, actually missing Secret or a bit closer. It shows you how claustrophobic the game feels for them right now. You'll see another smoke, 3 heading towards top. And perhaps the tower is the objective, as Adriano revealing himself potentially in the lane. Seems like they want to push.
Yeah, they killed the ward as well. Dire's going to scan to see if they end up rotating back towards their area. Maybe to see if they're grouping in to go into Roche. another thought, but their whole goal is to dive a tower and get a kill. But the problem is that Secret's just not going to be. They're winning so badly. You don't sit around defending by your tier 1s. You play in the enemy jungle, in the enemy area of the map. That way you can continue to get kills with your superior gold advantage.
So HFN at last does pick up his relic. Should still be like a sub 20-minute radiance. Potentially in the next 2 minutes should have it with this tower dropping as long as he doesn't get ganked.
And sub 20 is obviously very slow for how Alchemist should be. That's usually like a 13-minute-ish radiance timing.
They get the tower, but at what cost? Glimpse will be there, but mid one able to drop the remnant. He comes right back into the fight again, just negating Cat's presence. Though as I say that, he gets caught in the cogs. He may have overplayed his hand. Static Storm coming through. They catch him again. They take mid one down. Crucial kill for SG Esports, looking for more. Puppey getting caught out, now caged, and will be finished. MP forced to retreat. SG Esports battling back against what looked like an almost unstoppable Secret juggernaut. They have stabilized.
Yeah, it seemed like a very weird fight for Secret. Even Puppey held the snowball for forever. Finally going in, did get the disable off, but they're definitely playing a little overly aggressive considering their position. I mean, they're ahead, but hey, that's more and more gold that SG can take back and possibly take a win out of this. It's an Alchemist as well. If they have some good fights and they start pumping out some acceptors, the game could change so fast.
So if you're Secret, obviously not happy with those last couple of engagements and not so happy with the last 5 to 8 minutes, do you slow the game down a little bit now?
Yeah, absolutely. Just play a little safe, continue with your map control, but the important thing is to get a kill and then take response. They just got an Omni Slash kill on the Troll Warlord. This would be pretty perfect timing, really. But they need everybody alive, and ideally something like a medallion. They actually do have one on Puppey, and I think Jug, with the help of a couple other heroes, can definitely take it. But they may play a little safer and continue trying to pressure with Shadow Blade right now.
Let's see what the move is. See mid one, top lane, about to eat the out stun. They have Tava set up from the rear. Maybe could go for this hook shot play. He is going to dump in, but doesn't hit mid one. The catapult not cooperating. Didn't actually have the follow-up nearby. Yeah. I was figuring Cat would be in the neighborhood with a Static Storm, but he was off towards mid.
Yeah, without him. Maybe he was considering teleporting or something, but obviously miscommunication there for Tavo to waste the skill.
It's a pretty low cooldown, I suppose.
Yeah, it's relatively low, and it definitely gets Ember Spirit to leave the lane. That part helps, but gotta use those for crucial moments, because now for sure Ember Spirit doesn't have to worry about that for 50 seconds. He's gonna continue pushing out the bot lane, probably the safest place on the map for Secret, practically.
And again, it's SG Esports, the area on the map where they've had the most success this top side, but there is a ward now. No smoke. They already chewed through 2, probably running low at this point. I do want to point out, Kevin, slightly unusual pickup for mid one, but I think it makes sense this game. He's going to be going for the Yule Scepter as his next item.
Yeah, probably to help protect against X-Torn. Disruptor going to go down. Doesn't even get him inside the silence for forever. So that's a tough one.
That's going to open things up, and it might not be where they end. Tava going for the TP out here, so too is KNRD. It frees the Remnant through a bit late, mid one. Will immolate those, but can't find the hero, so they dodge a bullet, only losing the Disruptor. Secret, though, in pretty good position here near the Roshan pit. Not sure if they go for it yet, but they got to be thinking about it.
It's a decent farm comparison, but again, we're looking at Alchemist, the guy that gets tons of extra gold every time he gets the last hit, so it's going to come down to good skill usage for them getting back and further into the game. The kills are the most important by far. Usages of the ultimates, like how Disruptor has been and Clockwork has been, at least the last one that he missed. You can't throw those away willy-nilly. You need to coordinate them together, put the heroes together, get a kill, and continue doing that so it creates space for your team. But right now, it's basically just Alchemist sapping up whatever gold happens to be on the map, maybe some leftover going to Troll, and everyone else is standing around. So you got to go for those kills in these moments, otherwise you're going to get behind.
Oh, MP, he was trying to be cute with the blade here in the way, but he is going to get caught, maybe punished. Static Storm drop back into the cogs he goes, but the wall is there, the bow coming through, crashes and connects, but doesn't find the kill. He stays alive, he omnis and decapitates. Now Adriano to fall, that's 3 down. Secret, very poised there. It looked like an opening, but in fact, it was a trap.
Yeah, Juggernaut's really, really hard to kill right now. If they keep him alive, I wouldn't be surprised if he's Shadow Ward or something like that.
I think he had the healing ward for the second half of that barrage of spells as well.
Yeah, definitely towards the end. I mean, it basically took everything they had just to get him down to low HP. It was full Disruptor ulti, but he ran out, so they had to glimpse him back. And then he was about to run out again, so they X'd him back in. And then the boat hits him, but he's still alive.
And in fact was healing up through it all. As HFN's going to get caught out here by Puppey. He tries to stay alive with the armlet active. Won't matter. Mid one burns him down again, and Well, you mentioned Alk trying to carve just whatever farm he can out of this very limited map, but again gets punished off on his own and without any towers to really reinforce. He just doesn't have a whole lot of options.
And it's just so easy for Secret to run at him in moments like that. You spot him once, you start chasing him down using BOTs, and you know that your team can't back him up, or his team can't back him up. No ghost ship, no hook shots, no static storm. Just lets him make perfect decisions when chasing.
Mid one Yule's complete, so now a lot less afraid of that disruptor, and as you mentioned, the Hunka as well can get away with those aggressive plays. And speaking of which, Kezu also picking up the pipe, so another big item against a pretty magic damage heavy team. They rely a lot on the Radiance here, the Static Storm, the boat, obviously a big source of magic damage, and this pipe, combine that with the Healing Ward, gonna negate the vast majority of it.
Yeah, I really like it as an item choice, especially when it's already difficult to kill like Juggernaut. So.
Cat, he's in deep, and the chains are there. Mid one, catching him out, goes for the glimpse back, and will actually survive for now, but, well, feeds himself to the creeps at once. And with it, gold as well.
They need so much help stabilizing right now because they're kind of trying to create space, get heroes in the right spot to go for kills, but Secret's just playing this so well. There's actually amazing ward vision for SG right now. This is certainly their moment to actually get some of these kills, but Disruptor's ulti is an absolutely crucial aspect of that. And them even going for X combo initiations is so tough. Tusk can snowball himself or others to buy them 3 seconds. Gank comes on bottom again on Alchemist.
Looking for HFN, revving up the stun. Mid one is going to get clipped by it, but just continues to move forward with the Maelstrom. Does manage the toggle. HFN staying alive for now. Now dropping the acid spray. Another toggle. Can he turn it? Almost brings up mid one. He will, but Pi is there with the save. If he got another toggle off, it's kind of got a dicey.
Did he turn his arm? I thought he was going to live there.
I'm not sure if he turned it off or if he burned down with maybe the Shadow Ward on him, but
I think he might have toggled it. He did have Shadow Ward on him. I remember that. Either way, pretty good kill, but unfortunately he didn't get the experience. He goes down first, meaning that he doesn't get almost everything that MP does.
Snowball now is, speaking of good and Cat, one swing! Oh,
God.
Oh man, that's ugly. This is not family-friendly television.
And that's after the Silver Edge nerf too. That's basically Shadow Blade level damages. Gets a little lucky on the crit, but the pressure is just so difficult to deal. Troll with a Manta style at least deal better with the Ember script. You can grab the jug, but
it's the bash. Not lucky, but they also are lacking here on the detection as MP gonna chase forward, looking for the pick off. A Cajun, KNRD. Adiana wants to gaze, but actually Tombo springs the trap of his own. Great vacuum, but still the torrent coming through. They're trapped for now in the cup. The cup will end, and then the rock gets the spin again is Adiano, and balling in is mid one, just crushing his way through the entirety of SGE's. Blows them up. Finding more, he just might. KNRD caught. It's going to be a full 5-man wipe as mid one comes back, grabs the triple. Secret in full control now.
Yeah, that is a fight Secret's been waiting to have for about 10 minutes. We missed a little bit of fan shots basically for them as they've been having some harder and harder team fights, but finally they do the safe thing. They go for the Roshan. I mean, it's not often you'll see a team happily engage a full cooldown, full HP lineup under a shrine, but Secret makes it work with their big advantage.
And when you have a mech, a pipe, Warlock ult, Fatal Bonds, you kind of just power your way right through the shrine. So now Secret back to the Roche that you mentioned. They're going to be picking up the Aegis here. MP, man to grab it. And you got to imagine that high ground siege coming soon, but with the tier 3 now down mid, the way to those shrines has been unlocked, so Secret going to take that lower hanging fruit first.
This is actually the biggest thing holding Secret back, because they have too many productive things to do in a row. It's, oh, well, we'll stomp this team fight, then we'll take Roche. Oh, we could work on shrines, but we got to finish Roche first. Now they're like, well, we could end the, oh no, shrines first, guys. Let's play this normally. All of these options and these low-hanging fruits, they're just ready to grab them.
Truly the definition of first world problems here.
Yeah. They'll push out their lanes. There's still a tier 2 tower remaining, and they've got one more shrine to do, and at that point it's basically just dead map for SG. It's already very difficult for them to grab farm on the map, but Secret's pressure will continue. Diffusal Blade on the way for Jug as well, so no Ghost Scepter solution.
The smoke comes through. Secret actually did get clipped by the Radiant Scan. Very fortuitous. I think they want to spring a trap here, but they're all running right by a dire ward, so it might just end up not working out at all. As mid one had the Remnant prepped, already coming in and looking for the openings. Initially will find Cat, dropping the Static Storm. Will manage to catch on MP, but do they have to follow to kill the Jug? Not quite enough. The Snowball's there, saving the day. El Capitan calls him out. Now they cage him back in, but again, where's the follow-up? Where's the damage here for SG Esports? Tavo against 4, not going to happen. And now onto HFN. MP has the Omni, doesn't need to use it, gets the super long range Samurai Sword Swing. We'll find the kill with the help of mid one, so 3 down. Hardly using ults there, as they didn't have the Golem available. The wall still cooling down. They will have those big spells coming in the next fight. Actually did drop it on the backside, but yeah, you can see even without the Golem, they're just not afraid to fight.
Their skill usage just remains to be a little bit wasteful. Like even Clockwork going for the hook shot, great hook shot, landed on 3 heroes, cogs him in, but it was basically him trying to save Alchemist and maybe a very long shot for him to even use the cooldowns. So it won't matter ultimately. He's going to be ready to go when he respawns, but I feel like that's kind of the story of the game so far, is SG hasn't been putting their skills together in cohesive, strong ganks, not to mention just the other general laning problems.
Secret not quite ready to breach the base yet. Looks like they may want to shove in these other lanes. Mid one, dealing with top, gets it to the tier 2, then rotates on towards mid. Now picking up a Shiva's guard, so going for a relatively defensive and tanky build here with the Yules, the Shivas, as though he weren't already hard enough to bring down.
It's high mobility, high magic resistance, high armor. The only thing he's really missing is raw HP.
And the Shivas is really nice to have against the Troll, an Alk. Like, even if you do get caught and the Yules is on cooldown, still pretty hard to kill him with that.
Yeah, the anti-attack speed, the anti-mobility, all very useful this game. They are going to spot mid one, actually. This could be a good initiation. The hook, perfect.
Static Storm's there for the follow. He just Yuleses and tries to survive for now. Now the Snowball comes in. The rock gets dropped, looking to counterplay this. Mid one there with the chain. Sleight of Fist is Remnant forward. Boom! They just explode. Secret so far ahead here that it doesn't matter if you catch mid one. He shrugs it off.
Yeah, the brunt of the damage was dodged with the Yule Scepter, but even after that, he just looks invulnerable right now. Flame Guard blocking 1,000 magic damage, plus the like 27 armor he's working with right now. Maybe this build is not as high damage output, but boy, is he survivable.
Yeah, that talent selection is perfect for the state of the game. With, I mean, I feel like I had hardly seen Troll hit a hero this entire game.
Yeah.
So you're really not worried about physical damage that much in the end anyway. As they will find another catch here on to Kennard, the longtime veteran from South America. Down he goes. Mid one just continues the onslaught, and Secret looking for one, probably 2 lanes of racks here with the Golem already getting started, prepping that mid lane. And there's the GG call. SG Esports outmatched, outgunned, and completely outplayed here overall in game 1.
Yeah, I mean the lane seemed fairly okay for SG here. They weren't able to deal with the darks here. Their roaming duo didn't really feel like they accomplished a whole lot. Maybe they got some good levels, but once they did get their 6s, they just didn't feel like they put their ganks into really good things. And on the other side, on Secret side, as soon as the Ember gets his really fast 6, smoking.
Continues, and here at the major, still undefeated. What is it going to take to bring this team down?
Oh, man, after that game, I don't know if SG Esports can do it, but I'm sure there's some other teams later on the bracket that can. But SG's got to pull something together, and they got to do some really solid teamwork, and that's always tough when your morale is low after a super one-sided game like that.
Yeah, they've been waiting a long time. They've seen every other team up until this match. All other 7 round of 16 matches have been played. Had a lot of time to think, prepare for Secret, but all of a sudden all that preparation goes out the window. You get stomped like that and you can start to question yourself, your entire strategy. Maybe they completely mix it up. We'll have to wait and see.
And even Secret's draft was a little bit different than some of their other ones. They went pretty heavily for Lycan during the group stage, and this game going back for Ember Spirit and Warlock, just really strong laning heroes basically. And I think that's Secret's strat here, basically just grab the heroes that are definitely going to dominate the lane, that have some good snowball potential, that are really strong at hitting towers. Juggernaut, Ember Spirit for diving the back line, like their lineup is just really safe, combos well together, and will allow them to run over a team that's worse than them.
Yeah, so teams not really stepping out of the booths. Looks like they want to get quickly into a game two. It is getting a bit later here in Kiev, so I don't know if we'll have a long break. Seems like they'll, be ready to hop back into it in relatively short order.
And I don't blame them too much. It is getting pretty late in the evening. We're at 10:17 p.m. here in Kiev, and I don't know how the match or the start times are going to change tomorrow. That's where the bracket's going to start getting a little bit more busy here. Whoever wins this match is. They do the same order. Also going to play the last match of the day, but you never know. Things could really change up fast.
All right. Well, while we get ready for that game number 2, we'll take a moment here. We'll go back to the panel, see what Paul and the boys have to say, and then we'll come back, bring you that game 2, see if SG Esports can force it to a deciding game 3.
Indeed we will. Thank you very much, LD. Of course, we'll go back to our commentators for game 2 as it begins. But game 1 was outplayed, outgunned. And as we thought, Team Secret having a little bit too much for SG Esports. Back with our panel members once more. God, I don't want to say outclassed because it kind of feels wrong to say that, but it was a different league as far as Secret were concerned. It almost felt like they could
to do. It just was Secret just executed at a very high level and made very little mistakes. Secret really understood what they needed to do, got the wards down, they knew where the Alchemist would go.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. Reserve 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick.
Spirit Breaker.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Life Stealer.
Radiant team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team, ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Shadow Fiend. 10 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Thank you very much, Paul. That's right. We are live here for what could be the final game scene. I'm LD. I'm joined here by Purge. Kevin, it's a pretty ugly game one. SG Esports, a few good fights, but it never really felt like they were in that game.
Yeah, there was so much chaos going on. This is what it felt like. 2 hills, 5-man fights. Almost everything was going well for them. The only times they really died felt like just them playing too aggressive because they felt so confident in their victory. And we may see another situation like that, but it's going to take SG winning some really crucial engagements and shutting down lanes.
A very different draft here for Team Secret. Last game running the dual core, or dual carry lineup, I should say, with this being much more of like a 4 protect 1. Yeah, the Abad and the Venge have some carry potential, but really the lineup is built around protecting mid 1 on a less survivable hero in the Shadow Fiend. So I'm curious to see SG Esports punish Secret. Can they have a better start to the game? And I think a good chance here. What are your thoughts on the lineups, how they match up, and do you feel like SG Esports has a better draft this time around?
Well, the Darkseer in the offlane is obviously a very, very good hero to have, but the problem is it doesn't really combo with too much else other than just Riki as well as the Lifestealer. So maybe if Riki spends some time in the safe lane, he can pressure some support heroes, but we're looking at Crystal Maiden, Pylai Dai, or a Spearbreaker. Spearbreaker is likely to be in the offlane anyway, so yeah, maybe they punish the CM1, maybe they can punish the Venge core a little, but that's what it's going to take, basically. And they've only got 1 Sentry Ward, so it's certainly possible.
Yeah, they did go for the Disruptor again this game. Something SG Esports does like to run a lot, but we saw last game, the downside to the hero, he doesn't really offer too much in a more aggressive laning setup, where we saw the Tusk of Puppey constantly applying pressure with the Darkseer. Will Cat get that early uncontested farm? Can he deal with the off-lane of in, or is he going to have trouble getting these pulls off and grabbing his early experience? We've always got to worry about the Breaker. Pup already prepped with the Dust and TP, so he is primed to just constantly counterplay wherever King RD goes on the Riki.
That's going to be the hardest thing about this for Riki, is that even if he does try to do some Iron Shell stuff, he's still not the highest HP hero early on in the game. He's got quite a bit of regen in this game, but the Sentry's almost instantly going to spot him out here, and Darkseer's going to try to get some free experience.
His move here on Pylai gets some good chip damage early as the introductions for the Russian combinators conclude, but Kezu early on is being pressured a little bit, forced away. You can see Puppey looks to change that equation. So he heads towards top. He also performed the fairy roll. Now he's going to go for the backstep charge on mid, looking for Adliana. Will this Lina get caught out? Doesn't really seem to know the charge until Puppey connects. Not a whole lot of follow-up though, just helping to secure mid 1 CS here in these early levels as he's off to a good start. 6-1, mid 1, 0-2, so definitely struggling for the early last hits.
Yeah, Lina really made the right choice there. The charge came in, but he had a huge creep wave, so all he has to do is continue to worry about the experience from the range creep and just get a nuke in if he can. Kezu for now has pretty good solution against Cat here, just because he can remove Thunderstrike if needed, so as long as the creep wave's in a fairly good spot, he should be absolutely fine to grab farm. Charge is coming from Puppey.
Again, still level 1 though, so just a harassment charge really. Kezu, no boots even as yet. So as I say that, Cat is gonna separate a bit from HFN. We'll need to come in to reinforce. At very separate from his team. Can Kezu run him down? One more auto attack, he will get the kill. Unfortunate way to go. Looks like the retaliation kill might be here. HFN looking for Kezu. Tower shots, not quite enough damage, but he has the Oov. He will get stunned, Puppey. HFN has to let him go as the creep wave pushes to the tower. The direction Cat chose there left the Lifestealer unable to assist him on the retreat.
That's a pretty good move though, almost kind of like Kezu was very close. Tower really helping out, but losing Cat too big of a surprise. Especially a very weak hero if he does get gone on with Orb of Venom in the early game. Back in the offlane, King RD is going to take a lot of damage from MP as well. Pylai Dai. About 2 minutes left on the Sentry Ward, and until then, I think he's just going to play a little bit of the offlane.
Despite the kill, overall, SG Esports a much stronger start than last game though, as they have the top 3 in CS for all their cores, doing quite well. they're forcing the sentry purchases, so even if KeenRD is under pressure, he is, just by being an invisible hero, somewhat undermining that secret economy for the supports, and not allowing Pylai to go to the woods at all, as Crystal Maidens often are wont to do, as we'll see the stun in the mid lane, 40R. Some harassment on mid one. Some decently close to a kill opportunity there, but not quite yet.
He's doing really well this game. 16-5 now versus the 11-2 Shadow Fiend. Mid one's not a bad player. He's certainly not a bad Shadow Fiend either. And he's getting a little bit of a tough lane. He's even got CM aura, so even more advantages there. Maybe Lina can continue this, but as the rotations come through, it's definitely going to upset any possible balance depending on who shows.
Pylai heading off to the woods now. KeenRD sure to be tracking him. So we'll see Puppey with the charge on the bottom lane, about to clip Tavo. Still looking for that 17%. Has not gotten a point in Greater Bash yet. Still only level 1.
Yeah.
Struggling a bit here in the early laning stage.
I feel like he's affected the lanes pretty well, though. I mean, getting the first blood is certainly huge, but just a level 2 now, his hero is significantly better. All it takes is a bash level and a charge level, and this hero kind of transforms into something great.
And pray to the RNG. Rune will be spawning here. Puppey grabbing the haste rune.
Grab bounty. Maybe he'll go for a charge on. No, gonna go safe lane.
Yeah, it does head towards bottom. Tavo's gonna be caught out here as the Darkseer has not surged yet. Puppey can catch him out with the charge if he gets the bash. Tavo is done for, and now Pylai able to look to turn this one around. Finds the Frostbite kill. Maybe KeenRD can get MP in return, but no, he gets bashed away.
Oh.
Blinking forward, just had the range somehow with the Blink Strike. Finding the kill, connects, but now Puppey on the chase. KeenRD with the Ion Shell may want to come back in.
That's almost out. I mean, you can barely even see it on this guy. 7 charge once. Salvi. It was a great attempt there for the Darkseer to hold that out a bit longer. It looked like he was just giving up on life, but he wanted to let the creep with the Ion Shell on it get close to the Vengeful Spirit. Very good kill there.
It almost went the other way. KeenRD's Cloud was like a split second late, so Pi was able to get off his Frostbite, but if that Cloud comes out first, I think he makes a clean getaway there. As I say that, Tavo might die again in this bottom lane. He just came back to the lane. The trade's probably there. KeenRD diving to see him under the tower, and Tavo will end up making it out, so SG Esports outplaying for now. Goes for the TP. There is a Vent Stun, but still at least forcing a lot of expenditures here as far as detection goes.
Yeah, very hopeful TP for sure. Unfortunately for him, no Quelling Blade, no Tango to juke, so easy kill. Is leveling pretty well on Ricky though, level 4. Opting for Blink Strike surprisingly over extra points in Cloak and Dagger, usually the more common grab, but the lower cooldown could be really useful.
Mid one has definitely caught up mid though, in the midst of this back and forth skirmish bottom lane, sitting 32-5 ahead of the lane NCS. As we've seen Adriano go for 3 or 4 Light Strike Array stuns, hasn't managed to connect on mid one, but if he gets one, you know the Laguna's coming next, so mid one has opted to grab the infused raindrops early. Perhaps with those will be enough to save him from a potential gank. Speaking of which, KeenRD does move on to mid lane, but not going to make the jump just yet.
Probably getting more easy pressure in. Queuing up a Hand of Midas Rush. Gloves of Haste holding for now. One of the best heroes actually for the attack speed item first. Ricky moving around the map, grabbing bounty runes, grabs the one from Pi, the Crystal Maiden. He doesn't want to pressure it looks like, although he may now with Darkseer rotating him. But no Ion Shell in 4 seconds here. Yeah, he felt that one coming.
Good Cloud, but Pylai is able to get out from it, and Puppey looks for the kill here on top, and not death for the Darkseer. Really getting punished in this bottom lane. KeenRD still collecting a lot of experiences though, Ricky, but is it worth it? Yeah. Giving up this many kills on the Darkseer.
The sentry spotting him. Oh, it's over to the left. He just placed that down as well. No more dust here for Spirit Breaker. And no Ion Shell landed on the Ricky either at the end of that fight, so Pi's going to be just fine. Doesn't quite have boots. He's definitely the hero to kill. And Disruptor's going to rotate down as well. Maybe they can get a kill on the Vengeful Spirit.
At this point last game, SG Sports was down, I want to say like 2,000 to 3,000 gold at least. This time around, very even game. They're actually leading, so have to be much happier about how game 2 has started.
Yeah, they put a sentry down to there's an observer ward. They only found a sentry. They don't want to kill it because they don't want to know their opponents to know they're there. So they're going to try to surprise MP if possible. They got to jump on him almost right away though.
And as you mentioned, it is going for that greedier Midas build early, not picking up an Aquila, which we often do see on the Venge. Sometimes even the upgraded boots. So he's a lot more killable, and MP Walking dangerously close to certain doom as the trap is sprung. There's the cloud. Now the charge in from Tavo. Should be able to get off the stun on the Riki. Then the charge coming through. Swaps away, but won't survive. The glimpse spec is there, preventing Puppey from finding the counter kill. So a clean takedown. That is big.
So one cool thing about this Riki build, I think he's just prioritizing Cloak and Dagger less because he's got Ion Shell. That's by far the most damage output. So he'd prefer to have more miss rate, higher AoE, lower cooldown of Blink Strike. Could definitely pay off here. We'll see how it transitions. It's going well for them right now, though. The Ion Shell with the Riki alone, it's a little finicky. You have to be careful not getting bursted down rapidly, but they're making it work. 3 kills for him now.
And this is before the Lifestealer bombs come into play. We really haven't talked much about HFN, but just quietly farming up a Storm, nearly doubling the Abaddon CS and then some in this top lane. But we've seen it before, the power of the Riki Lifestealer. You throw Ion Shell, maybe 2 on top of that, and anyone who gets caught is likely going down.
Yeah. Lina just playing pretty farm heavy build. Actually going for 2 Fiery Soul over Light Strike Array. Kind of an interesting build. From there, probably we'll go standard Bloodstone. Maybe Shadow Blade. I would like to see her included a bit in some of the tempo, but maybe you skip something like SB, do the SB.
KNRD dropping the Obs top, so maybe setting up for that next round of aggression. Still waiting to see where SG Sports really force the issue. As of yet, they've been contentious to farm, but mid one quietly reforming in the jungle. Pressured early, but the scan now comes through.
Was that an illusion? Did you scope?
Yeah, okay. Radiant scan in the mid lane. The Riki illusion was there.
Well, that pays off pretty hard.
Trying to find him, and hey, if you do, the instant dust gets popped and Puppey gets killed. So it's a bit of a dice roll by Secret.
Yeah, it's pretty unlucky for them, at least. They were just hoping to get an actual Riki kill, but they don't have any ward vision on the rune spots, which makes a lot of sense. If you can't see the Riki crossing the river, then having ward vision there isn't going to work out. Better to have it in places where they're likely to be standing.
Uh-oh. KNRD in a lot of trouble now.
That's going to be a long
charge coming from a mile away, but if he just blinks back to his Darkseer, he should be just fine. Puppey's spending a lot of time chasing, not a lot of time killing this game.
Yeah, definitely see him coming on the way. So, Riki, nothing really new item-wise, just still kind of lurking around looking for kill potential. Cat also not level 6, just a bit over 5 right now. Maybe would like to see Lifestealer head to the jungle and let him get 6.
And no boots either. He is really food.
Oh, they're in stash. That's all.
Okay.
Just greedy teammates or something, right?
Yeah. Courier, please.
Or is the courier dead?
No, it's up top.
Okay. The one place that is.
Get it together, Kevin.
Armlet ready for Lifestealer. This would be another thing that he could do in the meantime. Just grab TP to where Riki is, hop on in, look for a kill. It is kind of scary because it's very clear that there's some sentries in the jungle, but he's still the most capable hero to look for heroes to blow up.
Yeah, and he does we do have a smoke here on Cat, so I imagine when he finally gets his grubby paws on that courier, they will be looking for some sort of smoke rotation to see who the target is. Mid one, the leader in net worth here for Secret, and given the composition, probably the main hero you want to focus on is MP just now completing his Midas bottom. He's going to quickly eat up a Centaur. Let's see where Cat wants to go. Eats the Tome, has the Static Storm. Wait, does he roll?
There it is. Instant TP, infest into Riki, straight onto the enemy carry if possible. With that said, there's a ping from Abaddon. He's predicting the Lifestealer to be at the large camp, or at least he pinged there. Could mean anything. Is he farming here? Is he eating a creep? Yeah, the longer they take, the more they're going to be afraid to knock them.
They are going to show Tavo here. Pylite die. Well, I was going to say takes the bait, but KNRD actually gets stunned under tower, punished. They were ready for this. The bench stun is there, but still a decent trade as they get the core bench kill. Can HFN make it out? Has the armlet, needs to activate it. Stay alive a bit longer. He's going to toggle it on. The wall gets dropped defensively, and then the surge comes. He gets body blocked for a second. He turns. He wants to come back in onto Puppey. Says, I have the armlet. You cannot kill me. Now onto Kezu, trying to make his way out of this one, but will end up going down. Still, the trade is there with mid one getting peppered by an auto attacks. The Lina finds the vault. Adriano now with the stun. Looking for Kezu as well. Can they bring him back? The glimpse too. Kezu down for the count. It's a triple for Tavo. Right back in the game. Desperately needed frags for SG Esports, not just in this fight, but in the game overall, as they extend their lead to nearly 3,000 gold, 3,000 experience.
That was great decision making by the Lifestealer to go back in. Oh, Haste picked up as well for 40R. Maybe he kills Puppey here. There's a shrine that'll buy him some very important time, and
He is going to activate it, dodging the stun just barely at that. Adriano could be in danger now. The swap, the bash. Oh, he's bit off more than he can chew, and Puppey will end him with one more clubbing from that lantern.
That was a huge mistake, actually. Right after winning a big team fight like that, you cannot the most farmed hero on your team to the enemy support, because that's going to put Puppey at 6 now. Makes his ganks all the easier.
Yeah, he desperately needed the levels too. Puppey was spending a lot of time moving around and not really getting kills, so was quite a bit under-leveled prior to that Lina takedown. TNRD currently stalking him. They're going to need 1, maybe 2 heroes here if they want to find that kill.
They do spot the courier flying out.
HFN armlet complete. Now back to the jungle. Looks like it could be a Desolator pick next. But Secret going for the 1 Midas.
Yeah, I do like the Deso. I think it's a pretty good idea. It'll be very good against Shadow Fiends. He usually gets very tanky, has strong armor, but not impenetrable armor. So minus armor will be pretty effective there. Kind of same story for Venge as well. Spirit Breaker, Crystal Maiden, surely. Its last decision making was teamfight decision making. I thought was really good. Diving under the tower, got the open wounds off on the right target. He turned at the good moment too with the surge. Maybe got a little unlucky against Orb of Venom or something.
Now the move onto Kezu, top lane, HFN mauling him. Does force the borrowed time. With that open wound is about to pull down. Kezu's going to have to play quite defensively for the next minute or so. So we'll see more Midas under construction. Puppey closing in on one of his own. That's going to be a double Midas for the team. Kezu opting to go for the early Vlads here, though. So really focused on keeping that Shadow Fiend as durable as possible as they look to spring the trap. They know the borrowed time's a cooldown and they want to punish. Cat's there, finds the kill, and now MP TPing into up. Oh, actually got the glimpse back. It's a safety. That would have been a second kill, I do believe.
Yeah, that was definitely a mistake there. But I think they're still a little bit worried from what things felt like in the previous game where it was just Secret rolling over them. They're going to not be as able to make the perfect decisions in those stressful moments.
So HFN will grab a Midas of his own, is not going to try and rush that next big damage item.
Well, this is one advantage at least. I mean, they probably would have killed the Venge, but the pressure continues for them. The same's going to happen for Venge, but oh, this kill.
The timing on that Cloud. Tricks of the trade following up with the Open Wounds Rage. And another takedown. SG Esports ramping up here.
That's Midas greed right there. Nothing else to be said. Puppey says, I just got this. I want to put it on cooldown. Well, that's not the only thing on cooldown. And they're going to hit the tier 2 tower.
Well, the bonus gold denied to Puppey, at least for now. As SG swings over towards mid. Still only taking that 1 tower, though, and you got to imagine that they're looking to convert these upcoming fights into actual objectives so they can really limit Secret's mobility.
That would be huge, yeah. But Shadow Fiend's still kind of farming ahead. Once he grabs BKB, I feel like he's going to be the right solution against SG and them running them down.
BKB is so good this game. Like, honestly, unless Lifesteal is a basher, there's nothing to prevent him from getting off his full combo of spells.
Yeah, at the least, he'll get his ulti off, and most likely be able to deal with the Lifestealer pretty well.
TNRD, great job there, breaking the smoke, doing it at the boundary of dust range, and now Pylai hides in the trees. They're going to roll forward here, the Infest, but HFN hops out. Seems like they wanted to immediately transition into a fight, but TNRD walking directly into Pi, hiding in the trees, is going to now reveal himself. They're going to commit here. Is this the target they want to be going for? Into Tricks of the Trade, Wiki back to the Lina. Puppey's out pretty far. Is it too far? Now turning for the Lina, gets the bash after the initial Nether Strike, but then the wall gets dropped, and they might look to turn this fight. Turning back a little bit, and they are able to connect on mid-1, isolating him. Laguna tasers him down, now an MP, bringing him down as well. Pi could be next, that's likely to be 3, and they're looking for Puppey 2, 3, make it 4, SG Esports rolling Secret over and battering them while they're down.
Can't believe the Riki stayed alive in that engagement. Completely out of position after the Tricks of the Trade runs out. The Spirit Breaker charge commits, and no mistakes made by the Lina as well. Saves the invis, plays it cool, looks for the important heroes, which is the ones that got caught under the Static Storm.
This was just such a long way to dive. They knew SG Sports had at least like 3 heroes in the neighborhood. Excellent Static Storm here, really good catch on mid-1. They got the glimpse back, interrupting the Requiem. MP ends up going down pretty early in the fight. They're not able to keep the Shadow Fiend alive, Kevin, and that's really the whole idea of the lineup is you have an Abaddon, you have Avenge. Shadow Fiend should live for a long time if things are going well for Secret.
And the person that actually saved that fight completely for SG was really the Darkseer. It looked like they were going to combo the SB ulti into the swap, but with the vacuum into the wall, it kind of kept Secret on the backline, wasted Puppy's initiation, and allowed them to set up with the teamfight combo afterwards. So big teamfight win there, mostly on Tavo.
I had forgotten about this. Cheeky, infested dragon who's got an ion shell to work with. Ketson pretty far, is able to get away, but Puppy's on the chase. MP there, cuts him off with the Shrine TP, gets the stun, but they still have to deal with this Ancient Black Dragon. Kezu is trying to run away from it, still with the ion shell, not doing all that much damage, is dropping relatively low, gets blocked. Kezu with the borrowed time, getting forced out. Now Puppy, another strike committed. They chase for a bit, but the Laguna's there. Perfect timing. So the borrowed time runs out. They'll take down Kezu. Now KNRD blinking away to the low ground, just kiting them completely. HFN, all the while just baiting Secret. They're ignoring Adriano, and he's cleaning up, finds the double kill. Now the surge on the Puppy, but can he take him down? HFN, so damn tanky. This Lifestealer wants blood, but Mid wants there to answer back, and not getting the follow-up he needs. They at least get the Ricky kill. A small something, but simultaneously MP, he thought he had help. He did not. Mid one says, I'm out of here. Peace, homie. And SG Esports says, vamos. Let's find more.
They have the ward. They just got to get a little closer. Oh, Surge is still on cooldown here. Not able to grab the SF. That would have been an insane pickup. They still win a great fight. Lifestealer getting a lot of kills. I feel like I've seen him cast Rage like 4 times in that engagement. Just always magic immune at the right time and dealing tons of damage as well.
Lina already level 16 at 19 minutes, so your Shadow Fiend BKB under construction doesn't have it yet. This Laguna Blade is just absolutely brutal for him to deal with.
And it's not just that, actually. He went for the plus 50 damage perk. I feel like a lot of Linas should be grabbing this because, I mean, with the early Fiery Soul, his attack speed's insane. It's not just the spells that are important, it's also his right clicks from a very long distance away. Still grabs Bloodstone, so he will respawn relatively fast, just not the instant that you might expect normally. And he will go for Boots of Travel next, and Shadowblade is the follow-up.
Yeah, so once he gets that, constantly a threat to anyone who's off on their own farming, and Mid one perhaps the BKB at the right time can survive. There's no sign as of yet of Alina Eggs, but still, at best, you're just TPing away, and at worst, you get comboed and brought down.
And again, showing the clip there, just Lifestealer reading the fight really well. The vision was there. He was able to clean up the Vengeful Spirit kill after they felt overly safe. So those kind of moves really change the tempo of the game. Lifestealer's net worth right now is by far top of the chart, and that is looking a little scary for Secret here. How after they played the game one, I really thought this game would also be similar to that role, but SG from the start to now is just, I feel like they've blown off the rust. They've lost the confidence issues. They're playing like a top tier team right now.
Playing like they have nothing to lose, and you win this series suddenly into the top 8. They would, at that point, have a date with EG, and we could have another American showdown.
Easily on paper, and in reality, the biggest upset if that were to happen, because this is the rank 1 team from the groups against the rank 16, and she's taking it to Secret right now.
But not over yet, not by any means. Secret with a lot of tools that can reset and turn around fights, whether it's the swap, the Shadow Fiend BKB Requiem, the Abaddon can be a thorn in their side. So if SG get overconfident, if they dive too far, still room for Secret to punish. But you can see Secret now, they feel like they have to wait for an SG mistake. They stick around as 5 top. They're no longer freely farming their woods. That jungle has been invaded. You can see some deep wards being planted. It's really, ball is in SG Esports court, and the shot calling is all in their favor as far as having options at this point.
Yeah, the options are definitely there. Pretty similar Midases for both sides. I think Secret's just going to have to win this one with good old-fashioned teamwork. Smart, safe play, defend the important heroes, abuse BKBs to hopefully waste SG's initiations.
This tower is not long for this world with, as you mentioned, the plus 50 damage talent. Now into mid one, gets caught out, but a well-timed shield by Kezu. Is it going to matter, though? They glimpse it back. Mid one has the BKB. They're really trying to force it out. It'd be big to take it down. Another Lina stun. Adriano just confident as all hell with that Aegis.
Well, getting him low, but, you know, mid one's not going to choke in moments like that. He's not going to misuse his skills, his items. I don't think he really expected SG to initiate there. If he really wanted to go in, he was going to feel a lot more heat than what he got. Maybe a Static Storm, something like that. Those are the big tells, but maybe against lesser teams, SG would make that work. Gonna grab Bounty Runes, gonna farm their half of the map, and Secret has to continue doing what they were doing before, which is kind of just 5-manning.
So you have the BKB on Shadow Fiend now. Do you think Secret can take a head-on fight?
I think so. They just need Shadow Fiend to be the focus, kind of what was happening before. Obviously, Secret can back him up with things like heals and shields, but it's got to be on the SF. If they hit the backline, kill Crystal Maiden first, maybe Vengeful Spirit towards the beginning of the fight, I do think they kite the Shadow Fiend. Lean is walking into a dangerous move, though.
That is a ballsy lead. Adriano, not afraid at all. They're going to get the glimpse back here, and it's on Kezu. They pull him out of position, so he won't be around later in the fight to help the Shadow Fiend. If they can focus him down, a good charge. Static Storm gets dropped defensively to try and separate Puppey from the rest of his team. So far, just a disengage, but the Static Storm down could maybe be an opening here for Team Secret. All the way on the other side of the fight is Puppey. Very isolated for now. They get the glimpse back, trying to focus down MP. Swaps himself away to the north. Puppey again charging through. The Requiem is there. Mid one. BKB commits onto HFN, but he's so damn tanky. They need to focus fire if they want to bring him down. The back as well from Tavo. Almost has the wall. The Infest to keep him alive. And now the lead is done. Finds one. Finds two. Mid one's going to drop. Kezu in the trees. Will he make it out? Puppey on the TP. No. Cat denied him with the glimpse. 4 dead. Barely escaping with his life is Kezu. SG Esports pulling it together on the main stage here in Kiev.
And that's exactly what they had to do. Separate their opponents. They bring the Abaddon back first, then Puppey has to charge through to try to save him. And then Puppey's initiation on the way back through is not as effective. It was just very difficult for Secret to take that fight. And the craziest thing is Secret just looks scared to even try to go for the Lina. She's already got Bloodstone. They're maybe expecting her to respawn instantly and TP back into the fight or something. That's probably what would happen. She's got BOT. She's got a Bloodstone. And the craziest thing as well, he just lands every stun. He never misses.
He found a 2-hero unsupported stun diving in between like 4 Secret heroes.
Yeah. He missed that one because that guy had BK, but, you know, they will finally get a kill. Big kill there as well. Disruptor is the best one to set tempo, so at least they don't have to worry about getting glimpsed.
You say that, but he just bought his blink before dying. So now Disruptor has a blink. You've got Ricky to scout very far ahead. You have the ward advantage. This is like the best possible position to be playing Disruptor.
Yeah, it really is. And that's probably why SG picks it. They set the tempo, get enough kills. This is what's going to happen. Lifestealer going to build up an AC next. He's pretty close away, about 1,500 gold or so. Pylite Eye still running around with Tranquil. This guy is food this game. He's not even level 10 yet. Only 8 on Pi. Got to sit back and do his best to defend allies.
I don't really know what you can do at this point as a Crystal Maiden.
Give mana?
Yeah, give mana, sit at the fountain, maybe pray that they ignore you in freezing field, but dies in like 2 Lifestealer auto attacks.
Yeah, it's a tough game for Crystal Maiden if you don't get ahead, that's for sure. Lifestealer is one of those carries that just kind of eats you alive if you're support.
And it's not like going to save you, you know? The Shadow Fiend is the priority here.
Yeah, absolutely. Shadow Fiend's biggest damage output by far. And like you pointed out in the draft, maybe Medusa was something Secret was thinking of, but SG banning it out makes it a little bit more straightforward to deal with Shadow Fiend. I think right-click heroes sometimes have a lot of trouble with SF, but the Lina's been working out surprisingly well, even with the BKB. And a lot of that has been the mobility advantage that he's been working with.
And that's also going to be aided by HFN and his item build. Going for the AC next. So with all that minus armor on the Shadow Fiend, as far as armor items go, they have the Flaads, they do have the Medallion, and he went for the Aquila, so it's not horrible for mid one, but still gets focused, as we will see Highlight die. Just accept his fate here in the jungle. Gives up the kill.
You got that bounty rune, though.
Yeah, slight value.
That's a gold swing right there.
Oh, hey, buddy. That's a big kill, and that is one Secret cannot afford to give up.
Oh,
Glimpse
man.
is there again. It's Cat, who appears to be everywhere.
And the worst thing about that is that 4DR actually did TP back to push the lane in the meantime. So Creep Wave is going to be at their tower. No bench for 40 seconds. The best hero for them to initiate with. And not really any action items either.
They're 10 gold away from an Assault Cuirass here at GeForce. They do have the power play bench. No buyback available, so they're going to look to push that advantage. Mid one comes back in, went back for the Dragonlance. Very defensive build from him, but it's Adriano just poking at this tower with that incredibly long range. Now got the plus 150 attack range talent, so hits like a truck and does so from a very safe distance as HFN up in front. It's going to retreat here. The AC
close.
flying out right now. Tower drops already, so they can go for the shrines if they so choose, but I wouldn't be shocked if they try to force the issue. We'll see.
That's just an amazing advantage that Lina grabbed right there. Just a simple 50 damage perk, maybe the cast range helping on. Obviously a very good game as well, but taking the tier 3 at 27 minutes, it's almost a reverse to the last game.
Even the shrines just melt. The physical, you don't really look at SG Sports and you're like, oh, this is like a crazy physical DPS lineup, but
Yeah.
with the way that Adriano skilled with talents and the itemization of each event, they actually have a lot of physical damage.
Yeah, looks pretty good. I like the Lincoln's fall for Lina as well. Should help stop things like charge on the back line or aggressive swap. Definitely the dangerous thing for Lina's is being in the wrong place.
So things slow down a little bit now. SG Sports gonna reset in their own woods for the time being. Next Roshan could be spawning momentarily. Not moving towards the pit just yet, but they should know that it's quite likely up soon.
Yeah, I think because they killed the Shrine here and they had some decent pressure, I think they're a little bit worried about Secret going for some, moving towards some like Desperation Smoke kind of territory. Maybe not Desperation, but you know, trying to take a real
Low percentage for sure.
Yeah, so they're just going to stay grouped a little bit. I'm sure they feel really ahead right now. That's absolutely the case, especially if they clear the rest of the Shrines. They did spot the Darkseer moving through into their jungle, so maybe Secret is expecting some slight split push, but SG just going to try to regain control of the Roche area and finish it off.
Do you think Secret can contest this?
That one's going to be pretty hard because, again, their lineup is so good at like winning the game and then slapping towers, similar to what SG is doing right now. But it's not so good at taking a 5v5 out in an open area with cliffs and he was going every which way. And that's another advantage that SG has in the fight, is that Lifestealer's going to run in, he's going to chase people down until he gets a bunch of kills, and Ricky's going to always be aiming for the low HP support. So I feel like it's pretty easy for SG to split the fight up and pick off Secret one by one.
They are going to plod into the pit here with Puppey under cover of smoke, dropping the advanced sentry, hoping that SG walk into him, but SG, little loop-de-loo from them, they're going to sweep around. They could go for the Shrine, but they want the heroes all the way around, plunging back up mid, undoubtedly. They see the Shadow Fiend here. There is no way he doesn't have his entire team behind him, SG say, and Secret look, maybe to spring a trap. They have a good observer ward, but NRD is going to slip in so far unnoticed. Will he find the opening? Wave of Terror comes out. Oh, comes in, but the silence is there. It's a huge opening. Will HFN get punished? Shadow Fiend able to bring him down immediately. Has the buyback. Might have to use it. The Requiem unwound. Mid one. Pounding it. He's caught. Kezu with the borrow time, but they're locking mid one down. They're not letting him get off auto attacks here. Now the Cloud dropped again. Has the missed chance to worry about. He will fall. And now looking for the fifth. The final takedown. Kezu will fall as well. Puppey unable to get back to the fight. And SG now it's into the pit.
Just an amazing item purchase there by mid one. It was a great attempt. It guaranteed the carry kill, but that was about all the damage they had, it seemed.
It really, it does feel a bit like a desperation pickup though. Like if we can't just silence this Lifestealer, there's no way we kill him.
Yeah, because he's always in a rage. Our heroes are way too vulnerable to get him on top of them. He goes for the buyback and they get the Roche as a result, which pretty much guarantees SG's ability to take Shrines and close out the map soon. I think it's gem time for them, absolutely. Get all the wards killed. And that's where SB starts feeling like a bad hero. He can't really charge the heroes he wants to. They can't look for these opportunities. It's just going to be full SG map control. Actually, they do have a gem still on the Ricky.
Team Secret up 1-0 in the series, so should they drop this, they'll have a chance to regroup before deciding Game 3, but they find themselves on the precipice of dropping the game, down 20,000 gold, over 15,000 experience, absolutely no map control, Shrine's gone, Aegis in the hands of SG. Lincoln's now picked up on the Lina. A Lincoln's being built on the Lifestealer, so that Orchid not likely to stay effective for long here. You know, whether it's just blocking a swap, and Orchid, big pickup to have those Lincolns as we'll get another look here at that team fight. The Darkseer and the Disruptor made huge plays here, Kevin.
Oh, the vacuum on top of the Static Storm absolutely did. But obviously a great initiation to guarantee that first kill. Darkseer staying alive with all of the evasion he actually has. And mid one did a pretty good attempt, but with all of those illusions speeding on him, an SF illusion of his own, he actually just died quite quick to physical.
NRG's in deep. He's going to drop the Cloud. Surprise! He's there. The ball now comes back. They look for more. HFN going to force out the borrow time, and they will retreat. Crystal Maiden with a very hopeful, very ambitious ultimate. Won't even get the full thing off. KRD denies that to Pylite Die too as the base crumbles. It's burning. SG Esports straight on towards mid. That's one lane. Looking for the second. HFN left entirely uncontested. There is now a completed Bloodthorn on mid one, so perhaps can dish out that damage. Still the BKB available, but they're down the bench. They're down the Spirit Breaker. They won't have either for 20 seconds. Ample opportunity for SG to cave in this tower, to take a second lane, and with it, likely the game.
He's got to be a little careful. His HP's getting low. He's got Infest ready. Creep spawn in about 7 seconds if he needs to get healed.
Still has the Aegis though. He's not afraid. This Lina just machine gunning down structures. SG are gonna back. Incredibly patient play from them as they know they've already gotten a huge objective here. It's a big victory. Don't even want to slightly risk it, and with still about 2.5 minutes left on this Aegis, they're going to have time to regroup, push in all the lanes, and go again if they like.
Do they go top, maybe? Oh, I mean, they can control the map, but like you said, the Aegis is something they don't want to forget about here. Crystallis for the Lina, so going to be throwing some crits on top of what he's already doing.
I feel like he might be hitting harder than the Shadow Fiend.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, his attack speed has got to be like 4 times it. Shadow Fiend hits really hard. The Bloodthorn helping as well, but I mean, the Ultra Mobility, he's practically tankier than SF is. He actually has more HP on the Lina right now. That's a bad sign. Way more armor, maybe better damage.
Oh, it's all in on offense here for mid one, and I don't think you can really argue with it. If he doesn't just kill at least 2-3 heroes during that BKB, he's dead for sure. So he says, screw it, grabs the Mask of Madness.
It's fine, honestly. Like, your raises don't much to mention this period of the game. Anyways, he's got so much damage in between Labs and Vengeancor and all the stats he's built, so this is the way to go.
I also like it because Adriano, no Aghanims for him, so you don't have to worry about losing like half your health instantly to the Lina Laguna.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a desperation item, but it might be just the ticket to win a fight for Secret.
So Lifestealer going the safe way here, going to build a Manta style. So he split his S and Y. It's going to hurt his mobility a little bit, but the important thing is the easy counter against the Bloodthorn.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Lincolns, but opt for something that also lets you siege a little bit better.
That's just a bit better. Remove Frostbite, make it harder for SB to grab the right guy after you charge in. It's definitely some good solutions. King RD's really farmed this game. Blink Dagger and Diffuse of Blade, so very easy for him to get wards on the high ground now.
And 2.3k in the bank. That is a fat...
Oh my god.
He's more farmed than the Venge, Kevin.
That's a bad sign. The hood pickup that MP went for this game maybe was the wrong choice. There is so much magic damage on SG. I'm so hard.
I mean, it feels nice on paper against Disruptor, Darkseer, even Lina, very magic damage focused, but the phase where they were relying on magic damage, like last game, they were still relying on it at 30 minutes, but they don't even need the magic damage anymore, it feels like.
Maybe the mistake against Lifestealer. So, Aegis is gone, Smoke gets popped, Secret knows it's down, Kezu is actually not caught in it, maybe that's the point. Push out the lanes, make it seem like Secret's still in the base, and then he'll have to sprint on over when the fight actually starts.
They're looking for a desperation fight outside of the base. Puppey.
Oh, very close to breaking.
Very close to revealing, indeed. Not going to get the smoke broken, but the lanes are at the base. Like, this is such an obvious play for SG Esports. They just back off a little bit. They see creeps marching in bottom. They see creeps about to arrive at the base top. Illusion shoving in mid. Secret, just no chance of an ambush when the vision is that strong for SG.
And Lifestealer turns his empty Sange into a Heaven's Halberd now, so 15% evasion from his talent, 25% from his item. I don't even know if mid one's going to hit this guy. I mean, Bloodthorn is definitely one great solution of removing evasion while it's active, but as long as he saves his Manta stall for the right moment, I don't know if they could stop Lifestealer from killing their last buildings.
This Lina, 0.3 seconds per attack, so you look at 3 attacks a second with now a completed data list. Says they are going to charge onto HFN, but he's so damn fast. He continues to sprint away, courtesy of the phase boots. Already committed the Manta style. They're going to jump onto him. Can they focus him down in time? They do get some good crits off, but now the turn. Tavo's there with the wall. Will it save the day? Not quite. Stake. Not a guard sweeping it from the side, and all the while Adriano making mention of Secret. 3 about to be 4. Kezu the line on for now, but not for long, sucker. And that's SG marching down top and likely towards victory. There's a buyback from Shadow Fiend, but I mean, you can see the Mask of Madness even with BKB. Kevin, he just helps.
I think that's because Arlena has a Daedalus this game and is critting for 800 damage. I mean, they were able to get the Lifestealer kill. Not an easy thing by any means, especially with the items he grabbed, but
and if you
got to worry about the backline.
You get that kill and then immediately get wiped, and you just don't feel very good if you're in the secret camp.
Absolutely not. And two great siege heroes. One is the Lino, one is the Lifestealer. And Lifestealer is dead for 50. That was his dieback, actually. Puppey coming from the back lane. They want to take another fight.
Oh, Puppey, that's a bold maneuver, my friends. The Space Cow glimpsed back to a world far away, and now to an entirely different one. Back to the well for him, and straight forward top for SG.
All right, well, I think SG just plays it safe right now. Roche is going to start respawning pretty
safe?
soon.
Adriano says, I don't know the meaning of that word. Just struts up. Instant assassination. Highlight die. Playing the role of man who dies a lot this particular game. Now the Static Storm Cat, even he's confident to move in. They will swap mid one back. He wants to walk forward during this time. A bit uncoordinated here. They do get the charge on Adriano, but remember, he's going to respawn just about instantly. 10 seconds. Have they bitten off more than they could chew? SG Esports sloppy play, giving up some huge kills here. All three cores down. Now looking for the retreat. They'll blink out, double blink actually, but Puppey chases for more. Lena's back alive. Lifestealer respawns. They get back into the action. They got to be careful about those dives, though, Kevin.
That's a free ride. Maybe if Lena gets swapped in. Oh, they're going to keep continuing.
Looking for Kezu here. They get the glimpse back into the cloud. And again, the tricks of the trade doing good work. KNRD going to blink his way out towards safety, forcing Kezu back to actually borrow time on cooldown there, but they put the brakes on the aggression for now.
Yeah, Lena picking up a BKB after that last fight. The Abaddon chasing after the Spearbreaker chain stun. There's a lot of big threats, so she's got to be a little careful. I mean, SG could have played it safe there. Don't get too close to the base. Grab the Roshan when it happens to respawn, then do this again. But a big fight for Secret there, and the big item that's coming through consistently seems to be Bloodthorn. Really, like every single time he started fighting, the Lena right off the bat was actually trading favorably. Makes a lot of sense. They can't get caught out chased by the Bloodthorn because it is just amplifying everything Secret does.
But that might change because KNRD has a Basher now. HFN, no sign that he wants to build one, which we do often see on the Lifestealer. Yeah. Going back for the Lincolns with the Manta.
The problem of too many medium expense items. He's gonna have to sell Midas soon, probably, but even that I'm not sold on. It is only a 40-minute game. It's a bit early, but they better win this game, man. They're 2 racks up right now. They've got a huge kill lead. They just can't let Secret win this fight. If Secret wins this fight and takes Roche, this game is like opened up.
And you say that when they're down 35,000 gold, but we have seen some crazy comebacks as they move into the pit. They are currently getting the scouting information they need here. Nice scan, but the timing could be right. Will SG walk in? No, the illusions are there, though. They're going to start hitting mid one. They engage. They drop the cloud. Now the back as they try to pull him out towards safety. The Shadow Fiend gets pulled right back in. Mid one, slayed in an instant. Now the stun. Make it 2. He's going to come back. But will he have the firepower he needs on round 2 of this engagement? BKB already committed. And everywhere they fall, dropping like flies. Secret losing 3. About to be the Shadow Fiend for a second time. Blinking up to the high ground. Great prediction by Tavo. Maybe a little too good. No. Adriano there from the low ground. The Death Requiem 5. Make it 6 with the Aegis. Absolutely butchered, and Secret have had enough. They tap out. Already a shocker here in Kiev.
They're taking it to game 3 and one of the most one-sided matchups. And they've got to be super hyped. That's going to be a lot of momentum going into game 3. Secret's got to feel the pressure. You do not want to go out round 1 as the group.
On map against OG. Many questions, should there be a South American qualifier? Is the region deserving? But I think already SG Esports taking a game like this off of Secret, the way they did, they just shut the doubters up.
Yeah, it's amazing. All it takes is one game, right? And it gives so much validity to the whole scene. Really happy for these guys to take a game. Can they do the third one? That's the excitement point. 40R, that guy played amazing. Full confidence in his Lena, landing the disables, taking the fights that look scary. It was well played.
They are on their feet here in Kiev. Paul, can you believe it?
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
The undying waits.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Invoker.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Slug.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 5 seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Итак, господа, третья решающая карта в этом противостоянии. Последний матч сегодняшнего игрового дня. Секрет против СГ. Прямо сейчас. Даст первый прошу.
They're half a world away, but suddenly it feels a lot for Kevin. During the break, we saw a lot of SG signs popping up, quite a few of them right behind us. So they are building a fan base here in Kiev.
Strongly bandwagoning about 10-15 minutes into that game, I think, writing out the SG names on their boards, but we'll see if they can take game 3. It's a bit of a weird draft for Secret. Technically no carries on paper other than Invokers, very routinely do turn into the most farmed hero on the map, but we're looking for the last pick and it ended up being a Timber Saw, surprisingly. Now, with that said, they do have Bounty Hunter track, so that can be one way to make it up a bit, but I think Sunstrikes and early tempo is going to be almost everything in this game.
Yeah, and it is Puppey playing the Bounty. I mean, in a bygone age, this was one of Pilot Eye's signature heroes. I still look back on that Cloud9 game, I think it was at TI4, where Sing Sing was on the Meepo, and he just took over, sniped the Courier, I want to say 3 times at deep wards all game, but of course he is also the IO player for Team Secret, so Puppey taking the Bounty this time around. See how the lane shape up here, looks like might be an aggressive off lane here, potentially. The Undying showing like he could head to join that Sand King up top.
That's what I expect to see. I mean, you don't pick Undying and sit him in the safe lane to get levels or past level 6. He's all about playing aggressive, maybe trying to punish the enemy carry, and comboing him with the Sand King is a good way to do this. They maybe could have even gone for some kind of a really heavy pressure lane, but they've got to have somebody and especially against a Beastmaster, a little bit extra heals can help maybe deals Beastmaster zone him, stuff like that. But I think the big unknown is going to come between the Bounty Roam and the IO. Can they show up at the right place at the right time and get advantages?
Highlight Die starting with the early Iron Talon here on the IO, so definitely hoping he'll get to do a bit of passive farming and might even just leave MP to his own devices here. And, you know, Timber Saw against 2 melee strength heroes generally would do pretty well.
I don't know about this game though. I mean, between Decay, it's going to lower space damage, his HP. With Caustic Finales, give Sand King a really easy laning start. This could give them a big advantage here.
Giuliano taking some early harass as Puppey's going to eat his tree.
That's actually a lane that might go quite bad. Storm Spirit's got a lot of base damage, but I mean he's got to get in melee range to activate Remnant, and Despite the high armor, trading with bounty hunters not always going to be easy.
Yeah.
No sentry either. That's kind of maybe a big mistake here for SG.
Well, he does have one in his inventory for
okay.
now.
My bad.
Has not opted to drop it just yet. So they do start to rotate that Undying. King RD trying to track down the IO of Pylai Dai, already level 2. It looks like he might be headed south to try and continue this game of keep away. And King RD actually going to show up mid, so wants to stabilize this lane for Adriano.
So will help a little bit. At least he'll be the one taking the right cliff instead. And if they do end up using a shrine, it'll be double advantageous. Puppy coming back as well, and I think that's ultimately pretty good. I feel like Sand King's going to definitely have his way with the lane for the first couple levels. It'll be a little bit more dangerous later, though.
Yeah, we've seen it go both ways. Really just depends if you get that snowball of caustics going, or if the Timber just stays alive long enough and he gets to the chakra. It gets a lot harder. They will make the move onto Kezu, carrying the early TP. Good choice in this lane. Even if the Undying was here, still not a stun available to that hero, so that TP is almost a guaranteed get out of jail free card until the Storm or the Sand King move off the lane.
Storm getting some really good harassment on mid one. He's gonna have to walk something else out to heal him back up, and it's gonna be a salve and a magic wand. Will make a bit of a difference. Not quite ready with his quas levels. And I feel like Puppy's definitely done some right clicking, but ever since Undying went mid, he hasn't felt as effective.
Oh, this is gonna be a value trying right here. There's 3 secret heroes coming. Pylai Dai closing in on level 3 with the Iron Talent, so he has been left relatively unpressured in the jungle, even if they're suffering a bit for it in the mid lane, only a 6 and 4 CS score on the Invoker. Pylai Dai is looking to make up for it elsewhere.
Ooh, they're really excited about Navi here.
Even Navi was saying, guys, please cheer for the teams who are playing. But the Navi fans are not to be denied.
Yeah, they're all SG fans now, just maybe. King RD rotating back, trying to get behind Kezu. Still a very difficult kill, especially with no Venom. He's probably trying to guarantee that he gets really delayed level, which is actually
that mid lane. Adriano in trouble. The rotation from Secret there will score them the first blood, and a very important one with how the Invoker was struggling a bit, but now equalize on CS, the kill going to mid one of all heroes, so quite happy with that.
With them zoning Beastmaster a lot, it's definitely very effective, considering the fact that Sand King is pretty much getting full levels, but the IO jungling definitely throws a little bit of a wrench into the gears of SG. Those kinds of setups, especially because you can do things like tether to the bounty hunter while he's still on Viz to get the guaranteed flow with 3 right clicks. Kind of unpredictability can be really tough. So I think things are going very good for SG. The zoning of the Beastmaster is huge. Delaying his 6 is big because it's just going to set up Sunstrike kills around the map. And before that, there's not really that much other disable.
And despite that kill mid, they are still leading here by a decent margin in net worth, with HFN just free farming in the bottom lane. Tavo doing quite well up top, as well as he is still ahead of the Timbersaw, and also taking time to farm his jungle camps periodically as the 4-minute bounty run spawns. He'll grab that too. So yeah, all things considered, Kevin, despite the first blood, I think they're still looking pretty good for SG.
Yeah, Tavo had an amazing game last game on the Dark, so he's going to be really crucial on this one. The Sand King pick was a response to the IO, just because that usually ends up grouping heroes. They're going to maybe go on King RD here. Still has his second skill point. May go for his heal.
Pat using the heal on himself, but a little bit late. He'll end up going down early. Puppy does get caught. Dark Pack's there. It is enough. They get the counter kill. So Secret making the big journey down to the bottom lane, and they only trade 1 for 1.
Kind of feel like he should have gone for Soul Rip instead there. Kind of hard to say, but with the Warlock heal and Dying heal, if you develop on gets on, it will buy him enough time to heal and stay alive. But level and Tomb just always feels so useless anyways. It just takes 1 here to deal with it. The zombies never stack up that much.
Oh, they are trying to keep the pressure up here bottom. The Hawk goes down, and now the pounce forward, but HFN, that's a big Dark Pact. It's enough to bring down Puppy. They might be able to turn on Kezu. Level 3 Dark Pact, just devastating damage. Secret were not ready for that.
And it wasn't just that, it was also the Fatal Bonds. Caught all 3 heroes, I'm pretty sure. That was the most I've ever seen damage-wise from a Slark early game. Incredible.
Normally Slark's just hitting creeps at this point in the game.
Yeah. I love how fast he turned as well. He read that situation perfectly. Oh, Bounty's back again. Jump on that guy, kill him. Made Bounty feel like a Ricky Maru in the early game.
Definitely on the back foot. So Pylai Dai will retreat to the jungle now. Continue farming. So we do see Tavo hitting level 6 up top. Still not really any threat to kill MP at full HP. All the while, Adriano, no longer the dominant force of this mid lane that he was early. Mid one is split ahead. Starting to work towards the Midas. So Secret You know, still not really hitting their timing yet, Kevin, as we do hear a Sunstrike, but not going to connect mid one. Unable to find that opening. It's just a zoning Sunstrike in the end. We'll see Tavo now being stalked by Puppy up top too, so a lot of movement here from both teams, but we're still waiting for Secret. I was going to say to get the relocate, to have the Beastmaster roar, maybe the eventually the track, though it won't be for a while as Puppy's only level 2, so they're not really in fighting shape just yet.
Yeah, well, I would also really like to see the Sand King get into a team fight or a gank. I mean, he's been doing very safe farming and movement on the top lanes, splitting between the jungle and the lane, that way he's not as predictably ganked, but I mean, jumping somewhere with the Burrow Strike Epicenter could be huge in the early game here. Like I said, still weak disables. It's pretty much just Cold Snap, maybe a Tornado, and Shuriken Toss, so showing up at the right place at the right time with some backup could definitely be a kill.
So far, only mid one who appears to be going for a Midas. SG gearing up more for just early skirmishes with HFN completing the treads, grabbing the raindrops, and engaging as we will see some damage on the KNRD mid one hitting pretty damn hard. KNRD does heal himself, drops the 2, and now the ambush coming in is Adriano. Oh. Good damage with the DD rune. Mid one trying to get away, ain't gonna happen. The bait is successful, and
look at that taunt.
Gets punished.
Taunts before and after. The big moment was missing the Deafening Blast. That made sure the Undying moved where he wanted. Gets another decay off, and that has got to be the name of the game here. Put Secret on tilt.
It's a South American specialty. We saw it from Unknown at Frankfurt, and we are seeing it here again from SG.
You didn't see it game 2 very much, though, I must say, but they got to be feeling the morale here, and it's going to be some very excited fans watching right now.
That's still a very modest lead as far as gold, but the experience advantage is substantial. We're already seeing a Warlock about to hit level 5, KNRD a healthy 4. The core's all doing well, so the Rock could come into play relatively soon.
Yeah, Sand King's super far ahead.
Level 8 still now, for him. Just straight away will be the choice, and well on his way to it.
Yeah, that'll be huge, especially if they have vision advantage. It could easily turn into a combo kill on important heroes like Io or Bounty Hunter, especially if Slark's in the area, has decent farm. All that needs is a Burrow Strike to land the Pounce. The Pounce is going to lead into the next thing. But there's still the looming threat of the Timber Saw. That's the guy that's actually going to deal with Slark very well, and a lot of the other strength heroes. A lot of pure burst damage that's hard to reduce.
Yeah, and if he gets going, if the Bounty starts finding openings, remember, you also have Sunstrike, so mid one can just join fights while pushing out the lanes. He starts to get closer to the Midas now, up to nearly 1,000 gold, and by the way, relocate already online. It's a very fast level 6 for Pylai Dai, as he was essentially just an AFK jungling IO. So SG looking to make their first move here. Sand King has left the building. The top lane already pushed into the tower. A bit suspicious that no one's defending this.
Yeah.
And there goes the ping. Pylai Dai knows something is up.
Oh, mid one moves forward, so this looks really bad for him.
But they're baiting it. I think they do have the relocate ready. They could come in and look to turn this around, but it's already too late. Mid one's down for the count. Pylai Dai does opt to relocate forward. They can kill the tomb, so they might be able to get KNRD as well. Chaining through. There is a counter kill from MP, but is it really worth it? Undying for an Invoker hardly seems like a good trade.
They got that Tombstone as well. Soul Rip was used to try to keep it alive a bit longer, but instantly dies. And it was not really the fight you want to show up to. The speed at which Invoker died there, I don't even think they needed the Epicenter. He blew up so fast. And the important thing is delaying the Midas. So perfect pressure to delay that. And the threat's still Timber. They're going to go for a Roar. Nope.
That is a tough kill. Sunstrike comes in. They're still looking for the commitment here, but HFN easily dodging away. Warlock's still no rock just yet. But they're trying to stall it out because Tom is very close to a Blink Dagger. Only about 300 gold to go here. If he picks that up and comes bottom while Secret are busy diving the Slark, things could turn disastrous in a hurry.
Put a sentry on the back line just in case the Bounty's there. He's thinking about moving over.
I'll take your
looking for a rune, not going to get lucky. Regen on the top, and Storm's pushing in the mid, and looks like Sand King's tops. This is probably going to force Secret to back from the pressure here. They already missed the initiation. They've got Warlock to back up the Slark. If they do try to take a fight here, it could threaten some towers dying. So I think this is really good pressure from SG here.
They are going to get eyes now on Adriano in the jungle. Courier's coming out. Can Puppy snipe it? No, not quite, it looks like. So dodges away from that, stays farther back, but bottom lane, the action breaks out as the Tombstone gets dropped, and HFN taking some pressure here, not going down yet. Tavo has the Blink Gold now, so any second could look to join this fight. And with this Tome, they're also going to have Warlock Gold, Kevin. Very dangerous time now for Secret, where they have to be very careful not to walk into a larger scale team fight.
Not to mention that was Kezu's roar and all of his mana pool. He's not ready to fight anymore. And Slark is one of the best heroes against that, by the way. Just easy Dark Pack if you can predict it, and even if it goes on him instead, they're always going to have Undying and Warlock backing him up. And normally when we see Undying, it feels so much about you having to pressure the lane successfully, but this game, he can even function as a sort of heal hero, like a Dazzler or something. He's going to... Oh, nope, that was just unlucky for Puppey.
Poor Puppey. Taking the punishment mid, but does need that experience. Closing in now on level 6. As Sand King makes his move, is there any dire vision? He's TP down bottom. They don't see him coming. Killing off the Beastmaster would be big as he's about halfway to the blink. Simultaneously, Puppey looking for a move on that Storm mid.
Storm was pressuring that really hard. 4 creeps and him hitting the building. As soon as Puppey showed, he jumps on him to force Puppey to go invis so that Puppey can't pull the creep wave. It was really well done, and creep wave doesn't, or the tower doesn't get quite low enough to deny, so pretty much perfect circumstances. That allows Storm to hit up the jungle again, and then once Secret makes a move and SG is able to react, maybe Storm can shift mid and take the tower again.
It's a very difficult kill on the Storm unless Beastmaster's there, so as long as he has vision on him bottom, he's not afraid. Adriano with the regen rune still in effect, is going straight for this DD bottom. He's got the vision on it. Oh, a great time for SG to try and force a fight. KNRD holding top right now. And MP maybe looking to move in. This is a tempting opportunity. He's still relatively low level at Undying, but they're not going to end up going for it. Even the dire scan coming out, they're like, is he really alone? Surely there's someone behind him, but indeed not the case.
It may seem like SG's been a little passive, and perhaps I have, but the important thing as well is that Io's just been constantly sitting behind Timber. This is the most obvious place for them to gank. It's where the Sand King was. You normally think they're just going to rotate a damage hero or two. That'll be the kill attempt. But instead, they're just focusing on grabbing farm and continuing their lead. They don't feel like they need to pressure too much, it seems like. At least not until now. They've got Shadow Blade on Slark.
And that's big. One thing I do want to mention in the matchup here is, oh, hold that thought, Secret. Looking to move in. They're going to roll, committing onto HFN. The relocate comes. Can they burst Slark in time? They do so, but perhaps at cost as Tavo comes in. First, it's the epicenter. Then it's the Rock. MP chaining away. The ball forward, looking for the chase. Adriano does have the pull. He's going to find one, looking for more. The IO buyback forced out. That's 2 down now. The big barrel. Tavo showing up here. Can they get the kill up high? They will. It's a dieback. Huge loss as KNRD charges in. Ooh, that was costly, Kevin. That was costly.
It really was. They do get the Slark at least. That was definitely a great pickoff. I thought he was going to live after surviving the roar, but with the relocate and the Timber Saw, that is more than enough to clean him up. And not quite the perfect position for Undying, but boy, did they turn that fight right afterwards.
Yeah, that's the thing. You dive them at the tower. You basically are just banking on them not being there, because if they are, you're going to get punished. So excellent bait by SG. Very crafty play from the squad. Is they won't be able to convert this into an objective. That tower stays alive. Still, all 6 outer towers remain standing.
Replay again here. Great, and it does get the ulti off the IO balls, just wreck him. Tombstone goes down, and MP even can't get away. That one attack from Storm making a huge help to keep him slowed.
Mid one gets caught out here. HFN, he's packing dust. He wants this kill. Storm's there as well. Big grab. SG taking down the Invoker again. He already did buy the Midas, but this is going to delay the Ags.
SG's in the lead right now.
And by a large margin, too, as far as experience goes. Gold's still pretty close, but you got to remember that mid one went for this early Midas, so you would expect them to have a bit of a gold advantage, if anything.
Totally standard Invoker item. I don't even call it greedy in the slightest. I mean, Secret, maybe their failings are that almost all of their early pressure was reliant on Beastmaster getting a roar, and almost all those gank attempts were going towards the Sand King rather than the mid lane. IO as well came behind the hero that never got ganked, and when their pressure finally came, it turned into an amazing fight for them.
Oh, Puppey can snipe this courier. It would be huge. Not going to happen, though. Bit out of range, and now the Radiant Scan reveals a secret incursion that is not so secret any longer.
Yeah, SG's reading this map really well. It's pretty clear. Kezu pushing out the bot lane. Their jungle is not safe right now, even with the tier 1 up. And with Slark getting the top tower, now they can actually group up and maybe try to take a fight here.
They're looking for it. They pop the dust. Puppey did get clipped by it. Will Tavo lock him down? Burrow comes through. Ball as well. Adriano finding the kill. Now on a dominate streak, and that almost completing Bloodstone here.
And the lineup on Secret side looks so good because of Sunstrike setups, but the Sand King blink into Storm is almost so much better because the gap close. He can follow up the disable. It feels so strong right now. If Secret can't even feel that safe on their side of the map. It did cost them a smoke, I believe.
Yeah, they did smoke for that one.
Either way, more kills that go towards Storm.
The thing is, like, you really can't use relocate offensively unless you know where the Sand Cane and the Warlock are, because if you relocate into those ults, like we saw at the fight bottom, you get wrecked. So their offensive options are quite limited, and to add to that, what I was going to mention earlier, Slark, a great tool to punish this type of pick-off line because of the vision game, where he can reveal wards. You don't let the team have vision aside from the Hawk, and you limit Secret's ability to go for those pick-offs. So Puppey going to get caught and punished again. HFN, as soon as he loses that move, that bonus move speed, he just knows someone's in the neighborhood and he goes for it.
Yeah, actually the funniest part about that, he didn't have the dust in his inventory, but because Puppey was right next to the shop, he was able to switch it out instantly and get the kill. A little unlucky, but I guess that's where couriers hang out, right? Always going to be like that.
It just hasn't been that high-impact bounty hunter game that you look for from Secret. As there's a Roar bottom, they look for an RD. Roar is there, follow-up comes through. Nice, clean kill, and well, they'll need a lot more of that to get back in this game.
It looks so underwhelming with just the Sunstrike, but as soon as the IO shows up with the Spirits, they get blown up instantly. And that one was huge, actually. He's been pushing the bot lane for quite a while, getting last hits.
Well, the Slark show continues as Pylite tries to tether away, but Tombo there on the chase. Now they can look for MP, but with a Hood and a Soul Booster, that is a very difficult kill. HFN not going to get caught. The 9.5k Sunstrike this time. Back away.
So Timbersaw continues to do really well this game. Finding the kills he needs, getting Slark low, but at some point, if Slark gets a little too farmed, it's going to start going the opposite way, especially against the Silver Edge. He's picked up the Ultimate Orb already.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic way to deal with Timbersaw. And you combine that with, you know, an eventual Orchid for Odzliano, and you're very reliant on Pylite to keep that Timbersaw alive with a timely relocate.
Yeah, he's brought the heroes to the right fights at least. So I feel like relocate's been used very effectively this game, as well as the general level. But it will still eventually come down to 5v5 fights. And SG's just getting further and further ahead on the Storm Spear. We haven't seen him that much in the last couple minutes, but with Slark just moving our map, taking some fights, it definitely makes a big improvement.
He's currently being watched here by the Hawk of Kezu, keeping tabs on this Radiant jungle. They're content to just farm right now, and King RD going back for the Midas, so trying to shore up a potential longer pace of the game. I guess a good time here is the action is relatively at a lull, Kevin.
Yeah.
How do you feel the lineups are going to match up going later, and what are the respective game plans for each team?
I mean, surely ultra late game SG wins easily. They've got Warlock for team fight. They've got Undying for team fight. They've got all this heal that can burst or keep somebody alive. That will take a lot of burst damage from Secret side. Storm Spirit's great at split pushing and getting pickoffs late game. Slark is very effective in that too. I feel like they by far have the advantage. Secret's obviously going to have vision advantage. Oh, he gets roared actually.
Roar bottom. Big commitment here by Odzliano. He's going to get the heal. Kane RD now in trouble. Storm should be able to ball away to safety. That may just mean Undying becomes the sacrificial lamb, and he's so close to that end of Midas. Actually could buy it. They're still engaging here. Is he going to spend that gold? Gets the pull-off MP for now.
Your money.
My friends. No. Just panicking a bit, I suppose. Will end up going down.
Press your quick buy, not your top.
That's the problem. Still trying to bait this one out. Odzliano not ready to give up on the fight yet. They need this Timber. He is now on a bit of an island, but he's very tanky without the Silver Edge in play.
On the broadside of 9 has hit 10, 90 GP. He'll finish it soon eventually. And then back to hopefully fighting, because he's been just living in this bot lane for a good 9 or so minutes here. Midas is up, and yeah, Storm did some good work there, but he's definitely showing some vulnerabilities.
This is the Silver Edge debut, perhaps for HFN. Secret Smoke. And they're going for a rather bold play here, Kevin. They're heading to the Roche Pit.
Ooh, this is a pretty standard Secret move. I feel like SG's in a bit of a lull. I mean, they have done some good pressure. Oh, actually not going to rush. They're looking for the kills.
Yeah, the pings came out, so you can tell Secret are thinking about it, maybe wanting to secure high ground vision here before stepping a foot into that pit. As Odzliano could be in trouble. Kezu is there. He's going to get roared. Straight come through, and the follow-up damage well equipped. And he will bring him down.
That's a really cool ward that they have here, and that's exactly why they kill Sentry as well to spot anybody they need. Mainly for the Slark, really, is what this pairing is for. He was hoping just to get a freebie, maybe a Bounty Hunter, maybe an IO. Would have been pretty easy if it was just them, but that's a huge kill. Now they can pressure the tier 1 tower in the top lane. Or better yet, let the creeps and the Fort Spirits do it, and they can just go do other things instead.
That top tower is going to drop to mid one. A Secret ramp back up, heading towards the mid game, and despite a very poor start, they're well back in it. In fact, leading as far as net worth. Mid one is a busy man hitting creeps and pushing towers, and now looking to defend this bottom lane. Remember, this is really 4 heroes in the neighborhood with the relocate, so HFN has to be careful. Quick to start it off. Tower's dead. Can he get out in time? He will pound away, committing the Silver Edge as well for this, and now KRD coming in, trying to potentially set up a follow-up. Tavo on the retreat as well. In comes the IO, and KRD down again. This one dying an awful lot. It's not really living up to his name.
Yeah, I really think he hurt himself a lot by just hitting creeps instead of moving around his team, because it just created gank opportunities. It delayed his Midas due to that death, and then now in some of these moments, I feel like he's getting great heals off, but he's also being a vulnerability. He's the guy that keeps getting killed. He's going to pick up a 4-staff this game. Would let's see maybe even a Tranquil Boots. It seems like movement speed and a little bit of regen. It's going to pay off more than Arcanes could, because there's just so much burst damage on Secret. It's all about if you get initiated on and caught.
Gem is grabbed, so now another tool to deal with Puppey, and perhaps more importantly, an opportunity for some D-ward here. So we are going to see HFN walk aggressively onto Kezu, jumps him, now commits the Dark Pact. The Ward not able to get it off in time. He will end up going down, and now can turn on MP. They might be able to burst him down here. He's quite low, in fact. Timber chaining away. The Ravine, the Rock's a bit late. They dropped the Golem to no avail. An unfortunate expenditure, but at least getting the single kill on Beast Fast. SG are going to back away.
That's actually a pretty big loss here. Warlock, surprisingly, very, very underfarmed this game. Brown boots for him. Yeah, I think that's all he's got. Amazing. I really expected him to have more, considering they were winning their early game.
I mean, you'd think anything, it would be the Warlock trying to get farm and go for a Midas, maybe the Undying sacrifice himself.
Yeah, maybe. Levels are amazing on Undying, by all means, but I would maybe like to see some kind of supporty items on Warlock.
HFN packing the doing some deboarding here. Fortunately for him, there's nobody in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty bold deward maneuver.
Lincoln's is his next goal. I like this a lot. That's limited disables. Breck is pretty good at stopping it. Is one upside for Secret, but once it's grabbed, it's going to force Beastmaster to grab something like a 4-step, perhaps, to be able to actually grab those kills.
Well, Secret's certainly a better team, Kevin, and after a shaky start, they are equal as far as gold and experience goes, relatively speaking, so...
We'll start thinking about approaching, but the ward spotted him out. He goes down as well, and he does not feel good about walking high ground into a shrine. Makes a lot of sense.
Secret, we're just praying that he did. That'd be a disaster to lose a gem that early.
And secure the kill on the highest net worth. It would be amazing. Tavo spent so much money on sentries and wards. Maybe overkill due to having a gem, but as long as his positioning is really good, this could be all right. But the life carry on Secret kind of fits this playstyle a little bit, in that normally if you're the support, you sit way in the back. The carries are going to have, what, Blink Deck or Shadow Blades, hit the back line, kill the supports first, but it's just not that conventional for Secret. So there won't be like a BKB hero that hits the back line, right-clicks until he dies. It'll have to be Timbersaw's lane abilities and Invokers going for clicks. And
really good combinations with a Roar into a Sunstrike, trying to rack up the track gold and keep that snowball advantage. I mean, they have decent physical damage with the Exort Invoker and Inner Beast, but it's only a level 1 Necro Bulk at 25 minutes in. So it's not where it could be for Secret. But they are going to try to take the fight. MP lunging in onto Cat. Does not have the Golem. Sure would love it for this engagement as they engage onto MP, but can they focus him down? They roar. The Slug it's right as the relocate away happens, so I don't know if they have the follow-up damage to secure this kill. Bit of miscommunication now from Secret. Kezu going to pay with his life. Adriano just goes splat. The big Sunstrike, mid one coming in, and now the Epi, a pretty good one. Now the relocate back to Pie Light Die, but it's still not enough. He's in danger. Pie will fall, and now KRD romping forward, looking for MP. They're gonna have a Burrow available. Blink. Burrow, do they have the follow-up? No, he jumps away to safety. They at least kill the Storm again, who's now down to only 6 Bloodstone charges, so he struggles, but SG as a whole find the victory.
Yeah, so
and they do it without Golem.
3 dead heroes now. The tower's going to get pressured. Yeah, like we're talking about the Warlock, despite getting gone at the start, it just wasn't the guaranteed gimme. Bounty Hunter gets caught, though. This is pretty bad for him.
Really end up going down quite low. Not able to finish the job, though, and heroes are going to respawn soon. trying to get back into it. HFN for now on the retreat. Storm has respawn. He's current farming mid. KNRD goes for the TP out. Churukin says no, so Puppey with the master bait. It pays off. There is very little chance they catch this. Dare I say it. Yeah. Although now the IO respawns, no relocate, so he'll get back to safety. Overall, feel like still a win for SG, but not again not as clean as it could be.
Yeah, the Timbersaw still becoming a huge threat here. And I guess having Storm or will definitely provide some solutions there, but surely, yeah, he's actually very close to his Aether one. So plate mail on the way here, so now even the physical damage he's taking is going to be heavily reduced.
And yeah, you have the Silver Edge, but there's still an IO to back him up.
Yeah, worked really well in the last fight.
There's not a whole lot of lockdown either, aside from the Orchid. But once that's down, he's able to get off multiple Timber Chains in fights on the retreat, so definitely a difficult kill.
You're going to see the replay once more. The kill on Storm was maybe the significant part. Jump to the left, I think got, yeah, Cold Snap as well as the Sunstrike was perfect here. Definitely Blast helping out too, but King RD hitting the back line here with the Epi and the heal all of a sudden. Invoker just goes down rapidly.
Yeah, but I do have to wonder, like, at some point there's going to be a BKB on the Slark here, potentially a Storm, and okay physical damage, but they're certainly not killing those heroes during BKB unless they jumped in and find themselves out on our escape tools.
And at the least, they do have Roar, so they can knock them down a little bit, but that's
there's
not
one like there's another one being built, or at least hoped for by Adriano. So at some point you'll have double kids, maybe double BKB as well.
Yeah, that'll be huge.
Still a ways down the road, though.
So I think SG just pushes lanes out again. Mid one is doing a great job pushing it out with his BOTs. TP's down there, pushes lane. And that means SG kind of has to 5 around in that area. Because if they do spread out, things get pretty bad for them taking defending against ganks, really. They've got decent mobility, Force Staff now on Undying, but Storm can obviously jump around too. But if it's just Warlock or Dying getting caught, not a good situation.
Well, speaking of BKBs, Kevin, we see one now on the Invoker.
Puppey.
Here we go. HFN. CC's an easy kill. Sunstrike though. Now the trap, the turnaround. They don't get damage. The relocate out came from Pi, and another snipe, another freebie. This ball keeps on rolling for SG. Still down. Technically, they're going to go for the punish here. They get the silence off an MP. Now trying to find the idol on the really committing for this Timber, but he's still at help. Meanwhile, down goes Pi as the Rock is committed. Support kill, not really the ideal golem usage again, but hey, another kill for them. Might be setting up for more as they jump on the mid one. The ball forward, drops the BKB, but he's taking a lot of damage. Mid one might not be able to stick around. Here comes the combo. They drop the gem. They kill on the Slark. Now has scramble to retreat. KRD does salvage it. Tavo into the trees. Punched by MP. Good bait for mid one in the form with Adriano. Low on mana. Does have the Bloodstone Suicide available. He will hold it around. No mana for TP. Now he's going to go for, but the Tornado clips it. Mid one there with the Suicide now forced down. Roshan is up. And this looks to be ripe for the tape.
Very aggressive there. I like their initial go, perhaps, because they were able to get the eye, but maybe a crucial mistake. Storm grabs the Arcane Rune. He vaults before he even uses it, and that's going to burn at least an extra 30% of the mana he spent there. Made it a little hard to get the kills, and then they definitely dove too far. Slark is not invulnerable yet, and even still, they should have checked Invoker's items. He had BKB. That hero was very difficult to kill.
And mid one just played them like a fiddle, very patient on popping the BKB. Yeah. We saw it earlier from Puppey top, but Secret have just done a good job at beating SG, where SG have a clean win in a fight, and they just force it too much.
It's trying too hard to close the game. That's not what you want to do against a bounty. You do not do aggressive things. Because when you fail sometimes, the track just starts flooding in, and all the advantage you gain throughout the game starts going right back out. And we've seen amazing performance so far by the Slark, but the Storm just hasn't really felt as effective. Definitely participating well, but it's going to go back for a BKB, and that's kind of what he needs. Just too many disables flying out that can change things.
Yeah, it really feels like if you're SG, you just kind of don't want to take any fights until you have that double BKB. But Secret continue to accelerate their farm.
I mean, the occasional pick here and there I think is completely reasonable, but they've got to be still really conservative pickoffs.
And those are kind of tricky to find when Timber's BOTs and there's an IO in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
There's so much mobility on Secret counter gang.
But considering he still has a gem, they were able to recover it through the grab of Undying. All he has to do is what he did before: find Bounty Hunter, find IO, and Master. It's definitely hard to get kills, even solo 1v1s.
Losing a bit of steam here at a crucial moment. Can they recover? They look for this tower.
Dire's
Top.
top tower is under attack.
Chipping away, but the glyph gets committed now.
Structures are fortified.
Puppy starts to ping. Wants the team to assist, perhaps. It's
Puppy
a dangerous
over.
time. They are about to get the golem back. Haven't really seen a big rock from Cat since the laning stage. And in comes the Slark. He gets eyes on Puppy. Puppy. That's trying to lure him in.
He wants to kill the ward. He can't. Wait, only the Monkey King.
So risky.
Yeah, it actually, there's high chance it's a sentry there anyways.
I like the way that Secret are playing this. With MP just pushing out that bottom lane, he's going to call their bluff for SG to back. And they also managed to hold the tower.
These kinds of things are going to get huge impact on the overall game. So sending Storm back, everybody backs top, made him push out. This would be the perfect time to leave just enough heroes to actually kill whoever pushes top. And he's pinging for it. Sanking's like, if I had a Slark here right now, we could probably kill Invoker. Maybe 2 heroes. It does have the Aegis though, that's the scary part.
Yeah, and there's the relocate. So you pull all that, and then maybe Timber BOT's in. The relocate comes. It sounds like a 42.
That's a good point.
Speaking of fights top, mid one. Let's search here for Tavo, but Tavo's able to blink away. It's not going to connect. So
And
get back towards safety.
3 was smoked mid looking for some kind of a roar.
This is the time to not chip in. Lincoln's going to get broken, but he is able to pop Shadow Dance in time, and now should be by BKB. So if he buys it and dies, he will not have buyback. It's such a big item this game. I feel like you just have to risk it.
Yeah, with heal backups they have, it might be enough to keep him alive no matter what. And if he does find the right initiation, it would be huge.
Oh.
Warlock, I think.
Cat could get inserted here. The track on him, but now the ball lightning behind. Adriano gonna take heals off of this aggression. It's the Lotus of commit as they try to focus him down. He's low on Mop. He's still alive. KinRD keeping him in fighting shape, but are gonna lose the storm at long last. So he drops. That's 2 down. No buyback on the Warlock, which means no Golem for the next 30.
I really liked his call to go on the Beastmaster, but the problem was that Necro 3 was up, so even though he was hitting the right target to save him, his mana got drained instantly.
Does a BKB though. This could be a big... He has to be patient. Has to find that right time and wants to get the Essence Shift stacks up, but he loses so much here. He's got to jump away already, committing the show dance to this fight before it's really done. Or the Warlock respawn. And now again, Sand King coming in. Green Burrow. Will he find the opening? Tavo, no epicenter just yet. Be patient with that, but they have brought down the bounty. Stabilizing the fight. Puppy's out for the count. The BKB already committed. HFN, another rock. Big one, but still alive. Still his BKB. Still his Aegis. Can they really go further without the Slark BKB? They want to. They want it bad. But I don't think they have the firepower they need to continue this engagement.
We'll chase though. Sand King's been doing a good job. Drop the Sandstorm.
Done the suit. Oh, it's so far to dive.
You know, Guy's been doing a great job saving heroes needed. They get some good damage on the tier 3 tower. Any buybacks there? I don't think so, right? Yeah. One actually just buyback, but clearly seemed like a fight win for Secret. 4 minutes for Roche. And still no big impact from Storm Spirit. Having a lot of trouble finding kills.
Yeah, in a game where there's not that much lockdown for him, it's Invoker, who is a one-man CC, to be fair, and it's Beastmaster, but that's basically it. He's not able to stay alive. HFN lunging in on the Slark. Now he's going to get spot out, jumps to the high ground, but he does get stuck here. No KB for 15. Force status there. Tavo to the rescue perhaps. Might pay with his own life as he gets on. He gets gone. Cold Snap coming through, pumping in the dash. Mid one, still confident to move forward. Slark in again from the rear. Does it the BKB. And he's going to commit again just to run away. 2 BKBs. Nothing really gained from either.
That was such a big loss. Sand King is their initiator as well, and he's dead for 50 seconds.
And they have no BKB, they have no Warlock ult, so they're basically fighting with 2, arguably 3 of the heroes. Slark very reluctant to go in. Comes the ball. Lightning from Adriano, but no follow-up just yet. Mid one, working on that Rax. And Secret finding their footing. This team undefeated group stage.
Gotta get
looking to pull out here on the main stage, and it gets into the quarterfinals. Haven't taken the racks yet, but bring it down by about half. Choosing to go for the melee, not the range.
Puppy's in pretty low, but you know, free shrine at this point. And MP still looks like an unstoppable force that they absolutely can't kill. They needed somebody to kind of scale as a core, and Slark's great at that, but he's not so good against it against Timbersaw. It's just not the same. The BKB has been popped so many times in the last couple minutes. No new damage item for him.
They have double BKB now. is it going to be enough? You do see an Orchid picked up on mid one, so starting to transition back into more physical damage here with the completed Bloodthorn next goal. So it's kind of arms race, but you do wonder, like, is it fast enough to keep up with this Invoker?
I'm not so sure. I feel like they're taking the fight to, it feels like Slark against the world, kind of. I mean, we're seeing Undying heals, the Tombstone's going down, Dino most times, but I just don't feel like the Storm's doing it. It's very difficult against Roar. There's a lot of magic burst damage, but
oh, that's the big scam.
Got to find a way to get useful.
Does just clip Kezu. Do they choose to engage here?
Okay, they killed the Hawk. It was a little bit of guess there, King RD.
Basher is chip, and he's considering a dive mid one. Mid one is actually a bit unprotected at the top lane, and they're going to go for it. There's the lake. Initiation comes through. BKB is available. He needs a bash. Is he going to get it? Tries mid one. Needs one more auto attack. And that really hurts. The BKB is still going. Does not bring the Timber low. Turning back for Beastmaster. That 3 heroes low. Also the Io slinking away. They get the bounty on the backside. It could have been 4 for SG there. Only 2, but still happy with that fight.
Oh, it's actually amazing fight. I mean, despite losing the Invoker kill just barely, in fact, Storm made a big mistake. Thought they had it, balled back towards the other side of the fight. He could have gone high ground getting the kill. Regardless of all of that, it was completely split up there for Secret. So Tombstone had no threat at all, tanking, and the other heroes, well, dropping good teamfight ults and winning another engagement.
Well, the Basher is obviously a big tool here, as it could really shut down one of the upcoming fights. I return to the relocate. Nobody needs to gear on top, but Slark can feel more confident as he patrols the map. Constantly looking for those clears.
And can Spear make a big difference for Storm, but he's still kind of in the same problem area. Mana problem is the big thing. Like better performance for him, but Timberstoss still vulnerable. Going to be building Shiva's Garden next. So attack speed issues, but the Basher definitely making a big difference. Axel is where everything really changes. You don't even need backup to start getting some solo kills with this. You're still at low armor. Great friend. Nothing new for Senking either.
And you mentioned Storm wanting mana regen, 3 Bloodstone shards. That is a sad life for a Storm player.
Yeah.
75% of what he once started. Now Secret looking to make their move. They smoke up. They're going to walk directly towards the middle lane. Nobody showing right now, but someone's wave out. Bottom lane is slowly being pressured by Spirits. Maybe thinking someone will go to defend that. They head to the south. Roche is up though. If SG want to roll the dice, they might be able to sneak into the pit here. Go for it themselves. They're not really the best Roche in lineup, but Secret's so damn far away. Perhaps they can sneak it. This would be a big... You can tell they're thinking about it. They are going to kill up the Hawk. But with that Hawk dying, I don't know if they dare risk sticking around. No, they're about it, Kevin. They're thinking about it, but...
I don't think Secret cares who's going to go hit the barracks.
Like, great. You have we'll have a lane of racks, and that is not a trade that SG wants to make, so they have to glip here. Secret calling their bluff. That's the Blink Burrow to start things off. It's on to MP, and now onto the backside goes Adriano. He's got the BK, commits, looking for the Kez pick. Can they lock him down? Not quite able to do so. Now the roll coming out, keeping it in place. The Slark gets on, do it all, and now it's a massive ball of Tavo delivers, rushing Secret. Almost clipping Kezu on the way out as well. Holy crap, what showing Tavo has had this series.
Oh man, it looks so good for Secret too, but SG kind of did a split initiation. Storm went in a little early, but it bought them enough time for Slark to arrive. The overcharge was making the difference, keeping Kezu alive, but all of a sudden, man, the Fatal Bomb's epicenter cleaned up Secret.
Fatal Bombs may be the secret of that fight, but...
And the Flesh Golem, I'm sure. I mean, they outmaneuvered SG by all means. They're hitting the building. They forced the glyph. They prevented the Roche.
And then they stuck around just a little bit too long. SG, give credit. They're not afraid to chase for these kills, even when Secret maybe has them on the back to take risk, and they're paying off.
Yeah, that's absolutely a time warp. And maybe a bit overly aggressive, like first pace. Here's the replay again. Storm looking like he's going in by himself. The crucial BKB helps make sure the Lotus doesn't reflect. And of course, Slark in there too. Roar comes out. It looks bad, but there's the epicenter in the back line and the tomb and everything.
And you say Wabo combo as HFN is feeling it now in Kiev. They were just chanting SG. The Navi chants have quieted, and I think we might have some real fans of Brazilian Dota at this rate.
I mean, they looked really good in their qualifier matches when they ended up qualifying for this tournament. Rough game one, but boy did they pick it up again.
It's not over yet though. Secret, down 5,000 gold, but still the home base secured. Tier 3 is about to be under siege, and here comes their toughest test of the Kiev Major. Undefeated in the group stage. If SG continues the push, they could be looking to take Secret down right now, but not quite ready yet. The foot push was on bottom, drawing Odsley back. He was the recipient at Aegis, now looking for his Lincolns. Had completed two carries with BK Lincolns. Good luck hucking them down.
No kidding, especially with the disables they have. I mean, Bloodthorn's amazing, but Inker is forced to go for an armor immediately afterwards. He can't deal with Slarkidium as the game gets later and later. And past that, no true carry. I'm sure MP's done a ton of damage this game,
but he's still in
a right clicker.
Yeah. Those BKBs are starting to get low. I suppose that's one thing to keep in mind. HFN down to 6 seconds. I believe Adliano's quite a bit healthier at 9. But
I don't even feel like it matters much, though. I mean, it's a great item against Invoker by all means. Stops things like AoE Deafening Blast if he goes for it. That'll reduce a lot of damage output. But really, it's the burst hamper damage in the period of the game where your HP is low. And the carries are not at that position anymore. They're all getting more mobile, more survivable.
SG marking down bottom now. Grouping up behind Slark. That goes for one of the ultimate late game items on Slark, the Refresher Orbs. You've got the double Shadow Dance, the double BKB, the double Abyssal, and hell, even the Silver use this game in some of those air fights, which the Timber saw is completely out of reactive armor. But they're not quite there yet. Backing off of bottom. As far as that age timer goes, about 2 minutes and change to go. Do they try to high ground now, or do they just farm with this and continue the ultra late game?
They are still going to get stronger as the game continues, despite high farm levels of Secret. But I mean, why not try to take a fight, get a 2-3 tower, break Shrine advantage that their opponents has? I think that's a big target to hit, but it's got to be the lanes pushing up. Secret's always going to be better at that because they have summons. They can relocate up more POTs. They summon Forge Spirit, they summon little boars. All it takes is a boar, 2 boars maybe.
SG down mid, barreling towards Secret, and they find a hit. They scout Puppy, walking through the scan. He doesn't realize it. Slark on the hunt. Prowling, but nobody to track down yet. Secret get wise to this. They will retreat back into the safety of their base.
I think if somebody was pushing top lane, they wouldn't have felt this was happening. So it's a very safe place for SG to be. Somebody would go there, nuke the wave a little bit, and in the meantime, the Force is doing the same thing bot lane, pushing the lane out.
The problem is if you go top, no one can really join the fight because nobody has POCs on SG, nor their tower near that mid lane.
Yeah, that's definitely a cost.
There's still one shrine top, but it's still pretty far away.
I wonder if this Ags on Sand King's going to make a big difference too. Applies cost finale, I believe. Super long burrow strike, that'll help.
The super long burrow strike is so dirty. Like, I'll relocate someone back towards safety, and Sand King maybe just follows you and kills you anyway. You've got that in Storm, and even the Slark, just incredible gap closing in general for SG with those 3 heroes.
So further lanes, they should just pressure lanes, push lanes in. Look for initiations, but Secret's not going to make this by any means. It may turn into a bit of a stale game in that SG just kind of has to farm the map repeatedly until they have such a big gold advantage that they feel comfortable going for less safe high pushes. But I'm sure there will be a moment where Secret feels it's time to jump out, get killed. And as they do spot SG on the opposite side of the map, they poke out briefly, do some dewarding, and back in their base. They can't let them have full control of the map.
SG finds a
Double damage.
Little blueberry for HFN. Now hitting like a truck to 400 damage per auto attack, and that's before he starts racking up the Essence Shift. As he will move directly past a pair of Forge Spirits, does get scouted out here. Trying to ensure that there's no pesky surprise from that Slark. They're keeping the top lane in, meanwhile Storm getting more aggressive, so SG trying to do a bit of a split push maneuver here, and it's Secret who look to retaliate on the bottom lane. Puppey, MP combined in there. They flank around. Don't think they get here in time. Oh, MP, BOT's out, and Tavo. He was actually just about in range. Guessed right, but not going to find the opening.
Would have been a really good catch. Would have probably forced Timbersaw to side. Not the biggest loss for him considering his mana read at the moment, but definitely a big kill if possible. Lane get pushed again. Is very healthily pushed in. Mid lane is pushed in very well.
Over here
but
now.
again, that basically has to be Storm Spirit, Slark, or the Sand King. The other two supports are not the most survivable. Just say Undyne's in a great spot though. Picks up the plus 50 Tombstone damage talent. I think they hit for like what 30 damage, about 40 damage. So 9 damage for a Tombstone zombie that could actually add up really rapidly.
And it's not like you're going to be focusing when you got a Storm and a Slark. There's the Fatal Bonds fair. So that is not just a flat bonus damage, but it amps up a little bit more directly.
Does an instant purchase out as well. Sky's his choice. Now he's 3.5 HP. Anytime he presses his ultimate, he's getting a good like 250 HP per second. Going to be really useful in this fight. So I just feel like he's got no buyback right now. That is maybe one weakness here, hypothetically. Secret could try to grab him here. I think they have vision, or they know
he's in the neighborhood. They've got to break the Lincolns. He's already jumped down to the low. They pursue. BKB still available. Secondary rover's there. He didn't BK time, or had he tries. He pops it. He survives. The turnaround perhaps from Altiano. He comes in looking for the rescue. Trying to Tomb get dropped. More come in. And the Epicenter's coming. Look for the follow from Tavo. He does knock down for a moment under the sandstorm, but he stays alive. HFN engaging. You called it. Full HP, and now for mid one. 2-3 Invoker flashes him to bits. Turns back for the motion knife for you, sir. 3 have fallen. SG are surging, and they charge down mid.
They're going to have to get in the base real soon because they're going to catch him very close there for Io.
Invoker just fought back. If he dies again, unless they've gotten like 3-4 kills of their own, it's basically checkmate. SG looking to pull up the miracle. It begins with a Tavo burrow. The follow-up is Adriano, but doesn't want to commit. Backs off, slow on mana. Still, the siege continues.
And everything changed there when the Storm was able to buy just a fraction of a second for Slark. The BKB and the instant Shadow Dance to get the kill in. And that allowed the reinitiation, and ultimately Secret losing that team fight. The next advantage here is going to really slow their lead, but they should probably back here.
Trying to keep those Lincoln popped. Some structural damage to the core Secret base. SG taking down 2-3 mid. They have really turned this game on its head. Now closing on a 20,000 gold lead, nearly a 30,000 experience advantage, and that against a bounty hunter when they were trailing. They managed to flip the gold game completely on its head.
And they keep going up as well. I mean, the Sand's got 5,500 gold in the bank. I think he's just going to buy like maybe a Lincoln's his own, but something like a Hex could be really valuable. Like everything's going to contribute really well.
BOT is currently queued up. They're maybe a little on the global mobility from Storm. So.
Yeah, that's a good one. We're going to see the clip again here. Great refresher roar by Kezu. Solid play, but Def took time there for the rest of Secret to follow up, and as a result, he ends up getting into the ultimate BKB combo.
Was so low.
Okay. The Epicenter surprisingly was a little bit of failure. It does barely clean up Kezu, but mostly that's just a bunch of creeps going down.
Oh, those creeps got wrecked.
Yeah, they really did.
But you could see like round 2 of the fight, when Secret uses the double roar, if they don't get a big carry kill, the fight's over. Like, there's just no way they're going to kill the Slark after that.
Yeah, that one's got to be stressful there. Kezu's initiation was really solid, but
man, look
great
at that
reaction.
intensity. You got to love the passion of this SG team.
Yeah, they've got to be so hyped right now. Definitely in the lead, tier 3 down, basically an even game in terms of strategic stuff, but gold-wise it's looking good for SG, and they've got the late game. The better team for heroes too.
So it's basically down to an SG mistake at this point.
Yeah.
How can Seek force it?
We all saw it in the last engagement. Slark farming in a really aggressive place, spotted out by a Hawk. Just everything went right for him. He gets Dark pecked off before he gets roared. He leaps to the low gun at the same time, which puts him in a worse place for Secret to follow up. And then Ally saves him just in time for him to get his bodies off. I mean, that fight could have not really Secret, at the least, for Slark buyback. That's what they got. You got to find the right situation, whether it's Storm or Slark. Chains on that guy till he dies, and then get some map control back.
Puppy hiding under the watchful gaze of the Hezu Hawk.
Stupendous!
Just trying to keep tabs, gather intelligence. SG right now looking like they want to wait for this next rush again. And I mean, it's hard enough killing him once. I don't know if Slark will have room for Sages, but you know, potentially the Storm could pick it up. Still not yet purchasing that next item. Somebody is going to be very, very difficult to kill.
I think they're mostly just concerned about Slark being alive because he by far has the most damage, and he's a lot more mana unreliant. He's going to have Lincolns. He's got tons of stats. He won't be.
Are they going for HFN here? They do break the Lincolns. He jumps away. He's been caught again. It's their backup coming in. Secondary roar is there. Really get top. Really survive. The Lotus Orb. The Vorps. He stays alive. He turns it around, and now the ball in. On the mid one. BKB squaring off. Oh, they're going to back off.
Oh, Epicenter's going to come. They're not done yet. Oh, yes, they are.
Waited a miss from Tavos.
Okay. I think they're going to feel good about that one. That's pressure on cool.
I really felt like they were just all in on that fight after late to the party, so
yeah,
some whiffed opportunities, but hey, the refresher is down, and with the refresher down, even if they're not able to get the kill, seems like no chance that they can kill him without it.
Yeah, the hard part is it's always going to be Beastmaster in the front. The big damage coming from Timbersaw just doesn't scale single target. It's more of like a stay alive, keep casting your spells, eventually kill the guy. They've got nobody that can DPS. It's basically Invoker, I guess. But he doesn't want to go into melee range to hit somebody.
If he's clicking, that means Slark is going to see him and just his mouth starts watering, like, I'm coming at you with my Abyssal.
Yeah, no kidding. And if Invoker doesn't BKB at the perfect time, go down. He did go for AoE deafening in last game. I think he absolutely needed that. It's a much better way to control team fight or carries kind of stuff by just blasting out and disarming them. But they're trying to interrupt the Roche. It's being kind of close. They're going to be here.
The Rock is ready and in a great position on the high ground as Cat to potentially turn this fight. It erupts. He's going to drop it preemptively right as Kezu comes in. Now down to the low ground. Pylite Die goes, and Hadriano just engages straight onto the IO, grabs that ball of light, and snips it out now. Turning back for Kezu, who really wants Cat, but it doesn't matter. The Warlock's already dropped the Golem. He is going to survive. Oh, the HF chewing through Timber, locking him down. A bastard to more, and he's going to have him. Punches where he wants him, bashing and bashing and crushing Secret. SG close in on the push opportunity. The bottom lane has been shoved in though. Mid one, MP buying back, and mid one threatening to try and go for base rate, and maybe that is the choice that Secret have to make of just giving them fights and trying to win through objectives.
It is very certainly at that position. This game is looking so bad for Secret. 2 fights in a row. They did snipe the Roshan, but the Aegis goes to SG and win another fight. No Epicenter use. They're diving.
Oh, mid one, he's in a lot of trouble. The Big B's committed. Dropping deep for the Invoker. Can they focus him down? They need another bed. Not going to get it. Does Aurora bearable, and then will fight Ben, but the rescue comes Tabu with the Burrow Strike and looking for more. Low, but not just yet. Will back away. Going to heal back up. Still not hitting structures, though. Too much on the heroes. They turn back for the melee racks. They're going to get it, too. So, some much-needed structure blood. SG look for a clean retreat now, and it seems they will have it. Bottom lane was being pressured during this time, Kevin, but the racks stand intact.
Is getting slightly scary for them, and both of the tier 3s are gone. That means very rapid racks taken if they do lose a fight, especially if it's close to the base. So priority number 1 for SG here is play very safe. Priority number 2 is push the lanes. Do not let Secret take a fight close to base, because it's just going to give them a lot of time to take double racks. It lose them all of the advantage that they worked so hard for up until this point.
Well, I think they heard you loud and clear. Now a second pair of boots of travel, so SG definitely looking for that extra bit of mobility to stay back, defend those side pushing lanes, and then TP in and join the main fight. Really do not want to get ratted to death.
And now it's refresher time for Slark.
The altitude on the Sand King as well, so you're really looking at like the Slark is basically at this point it's like got a Lifestealer Sand King attacked inside. You can hop out at any moment.
Yeah, that's actually going to be so good. And Sand King going for the 50 health regen. Normally I'd criticize this, but against a team without a carry, like any kind of survivability is a way to go. You saw how long it took for them to even try to kill the Warlock in that last fight. Just all it took was a Glimmer Cape and a Force Staff. This guy's got 2 deaths this game. It's insane.
And they do have to check for kills. Like we saw last fight, MP, he died tried to chase down friggin' Cat, who's been poor as all hell the entire game on Warlock. So, you know, have that much trouble in the Warlock, Sandcane's definitely going to be difficult to bring out.
Yeah, exactly. And just more items on the way. Looks like he's going to queue up an Octarine core. I don't know if I like that one. I guess it will lower his Burrow Strike cooldown. That'd be really significant. Epicenter in the same place.
Gives you HP, I suppose. So
still am thinking about some kind of disable.
Yeah,
there are a lot of Lotus though, so maybe that's why he's just going to settle for the old reliable jumping in the ground.
I do want to point out that Secret have no buyback right now. Timber's on cooldown 4 minutes. Rest of the team anywhere from like 300 to about 800 gold short. So if that Invoker gets caught and mid one dies, it's out of options.
They're ready to go high ground. They do spot Puppey. This would be.
They have the ward.
Oh, did they see mid one? They saw a small glimmer. Kind of real things, but here they are. Look at that Burrow.
Big blink. But it's onto the bounty hunters, so they're not going to jump for it. As exciting as this moment must be for XG, they are patient down the stretch. They focus on objectives. They try to force Secret to come to them. Top ways on the side. Creeps, not for this. That is a hell of a lot of spam. Still, Hero is able to hit buildings during this time. Aegis and Cheese both on the storm. HFN will have a buy if needed. Also ate a moonshot earlier, so this is a super stack slug. But
okay, they're the top. They're gonna try to take the racks. Glyph actually used here. This should be the time to. They can't get back in time.
And they're gonna jump Puppey. They find him. Looking for MPO, locking him down, focusing him as much as humanly possible. Then the gets parked right as Pylon die. Goes back in. It's in the Epi. And then it is 3 have fallen. Made it 4. And Boca not coming back to the fight. Failed to be. They say screw it. Brazilian Dota is here performing on the stage. Live in King. For your viewing pleasure, Secret getting slaughtered. They are going to lose it, but he's the buyback. Meanwhile,
It's easy when you've broken out of
no ready. They see the opening. They burrow through. So again, it's Tavo in the clutch. Come he's next. Secret tumbling down. He goes as well, and now he lies open. Perhaps to the no. They say, let's take the throne. Let's go respect and let's end this game. They burn. They work on. They'll chew him up.
Oh my God.
And have pulled out the Miracle and Kid. The comeback kids are in town today.
The most discounted series of the day turns out to be far the biggest ups. I'm very excited, guys, running onto the stage.
Yeah, that was from the taunts early in the game. Felt like maybe they got a little overconfident, Kevin, but they came back and Secret, they just look shattered right now.
Absolutely. This was not in any way expected to happen. I mean, Secret was on like a 20-game win streak coming in to this series. It was broken last.
From SG.
It really was. I mean, I think their draft was really good this game. I think the way they pressured the lanes is good. Maybe some tempo issues around like 15-20 minutes, but their late game decision making was great. Consistently, the Slark this game was just completely holding the game. Down.
Well, a longtime staple of CIS Dota gonna emerge on the stage now as Puppey goes to shake hands with the upstarts from Brazil. They have done it. They have. They have seen.
nível, cara, verde.
Screw all of that! This was... It might have been the best series I've seen in many years.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Cadê a primeira?
I mean, it's certainly the most shocking, isn't it?